This is the Forge with Jax and.
Not wait. I am Jax. Why are you calling yourself Jax?
I'm not. This is.
This is
Doing
the
it
opposite
wrong.
of what you're supposed to be doing.
I can never do the intro purposely right ever.
You're supposed to introduce each other.
All bad people. Okay, so
Wait, wait, what? What type of
This
intro is
confused
this?
him.
okay. So Jax, tell me who this
Okay,
person is over here is and that person over there is.
Oh, that's Caleb.
Who's Caleb? Who's this person?
He's a squirrel.
He's a squirrel. Okay, we known him from school, college, back when we were studying nuts and berries
College, which is for squirrels.
exclusively.
As long as I get a date Squirrel Girl from Marvel Comics and she constantly breaks the fourth
Okay,
wall,
number
I'm
one,
doing
let's
it.
not point out the fact that you're trying to date Sally Acorn.
I'm Seneca, by the way.
Oh yeah, that is my waifu, the wonderful and talented Seneca, and she's lovely.
And yes, I am Caleb, and I am not a squirrel as much as Jax would like me to be.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm a human being.
Oh, wait.
I
Jax is
mean,
a sex
you
bot.
but you just admitted to wanting to date Sally Acorn. But okay,
If it's a joke, Jax.
Yeah, yeah.
are you sure? Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yes.
I like the puns in these Marvel characters' names.
Yes, I do. No, that's why I brought it up because I love puns, but
Oh man, I think what was it Joker's girlfriend. What's her name? Fuck.
you mean
Harley
Harley
Quinn.
Quinn?
So
Yeah, Harley Quinn's pretty good. I like that. Oh, that's a nice combo.
I still miss my friggin' Harley Quinn Ivy pairings.
That's a good pairing. I think everyone can enjoy that.
That's like the most popular, not most popular comic book pairing as far as I know. At least the female
Well, there's
villains
always-
together.
I'm about to say, there's always the whole Beast Boy and Raven thing, which, oh man, this weekend freaked me out.
Did they do a new thing with them?
Oh no, in Teen Titans Go, okay, there was a whole Valentine's episode with Beast Boy still being in love with Terra, and Raven tried to admit that she's in love with Beast Boy.
No.
But-
Oh.
Oh my!
But what freaked me out was, out of nowhere, Beast Boy starts singing "Fade Away" by Sipes and the People, and it slowly reminded me of one horrible thing.
Mm.
Sipes has been the voice actor for Beast Boy since day zero.
Really? Oh, I don't. Voice
Yeah,
actor.
so okay.
Huh.
The lead singer of Sipes and the People
Mm-hmm.
has been the voice actor of Beast Boy for the longest time, so he snuck in his own song
Into
to
the
sing
show.
to Terra.
Ah.
Yeah. But it's kind of one of those songs where it's like you kind of know who he's trying to actually sing to,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not Terra. So it made me laugh what happened next. I'm not going to spoil it. You have to see this episode.
I saw there was a lot of like Valentine's tropes, and one of them was Beast Boy giving Raven, a gift, and then Raven's like, "Fuck you, go to hell," but behind her it was like a gift tag to him, and it
Yeah.
was adorable. Ah.
I don't know, but that's like my favorite pairing of all Teen Titans, Beast Boy and Raven. Screw Terra.
Oh, was it? I also saw like if we're talking about comic book stuff, was it the comic the page of Iron Man inviting Spider-Man to the Avengers? It's just like
Well.
7 panels of Spider-Man standing there like doing nothing, and the Avengers like, you okay?
I don't know.
I'm
I
sorry,
always
but-
like Peter Parker and Mary Jane. Like that's one of my favorite comic book couples. But I'm glad they're actually using Gwen Stacy in the new set of movies, because she's a good
Yeah.
character too.
Oh yeah, the blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked her better. Cool.
My whole thing was Shadowcat. Spider-Man Shadowcat forever.
I can understand the Shadowcat love. She's pretty cool. Felicia Hardy is pretty badass.
Yeah.
Love to say.
I don't know.
If we're gonna go superhero pairings, that one was one of my personal favorites. Well, this one's more of an indie fanboy thing, but Spinneret and Mecha Maid.
Mecha
That
Maid?
one's kind of...
Who's Mecha Maid?
What?
Spinneret.
Give me a link.
What comic is this? If you wanna
I've heard of
listen-
Spinneret, but not Mecha Maid. Like, no, I've... well,
Mecha Maid's a Spinneret, fool!
okay, look. Mecha Maid, the only thing I've heard about that is, damn, Spaceballs. Ah. Alright,
Oh, I
alright.
give up on all of you. Alright, I'm posting it into the Skype chat so you can actually
Okay.
read it. But
Here, give me a
you
second.
have to
go
read it.
over.
Oh my god. Great, now I spoiled the new page for me. Dang it. Gonna have to catch up now.
Oh, okay. Wait. No, this is not even like the right link. There's nothing. There's Nazis here. Like or
read the
Soviets.
stupid...
I'm not.
It's the
I'm not
comic
making
itself.
nothing. Can't make
Oh
me-
my word. This is like the most off-topic start to a podcast ever.
Did we talk about stuff? Okay. Should we get on topic? Should we really be talking about whatever we're supposed to be talking about?
Screw
I mean,
that,
so
you have
it-
that page.
It's up to you guys. It's your podcast. Unless I'm becoming a regular, I don't.
You could. I don't know. Whatever. Just come on in and do whatever you're gonna do in the background.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Oh.
You will find my happy pairing, and you will enjoy it.
I'm not reading nothing. You can't make me read anything.
Oh, I can.
I will look at it, but I will not take part in actual reading.
What's your favorite Blitzcrank pairing, Jax?
The one where I choke you slowly into the night with a pillow strapped around your head with duct tape. See, that's why I don't friggin' play League of Legends anymore, because screw Blitzcrank.
Is he the one that has the pool that's overpowered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's not overpowered? There are ways to get around it, but it is a little.
Oh
hard.
no.
It's
It's like
banned
it's-
a lot for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I think Thrash is
Because-
getting banned more nowadays because his is worse.
Caleb's a
'cause
douche, that's why.
I only played him once against you. Once.
And guess what? I purposely went up against a team and demanded that people play Blitzcrank just so I could torture that poor Blitzcrank for hours.
Oh.
Like, I got to the point where I started mastering ways to kill Blitzcrank 1,000 different ways. And I would just wait for him to come. I wouldn't hurt anybody else. No, I would hurt just the Blitzcrank. And that person would be pissed at me.
That's hilarious. Did you stop playing the game even though you found the ultimate way to kill Blitzcrank?
Oh no, I stopped playing because my computer is now crumbling apart. But
Oh no, I did not know that. I haven't been to your house though since a bit after Yomicon, give or take.
like literally the last time you were at my house was like halfway through November.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. But anyway,
Mhm.
screw Blitzcrank.
I know. I just had to throw in that slight joke there because you
Right.
gave me the opportunity. Because you were talking about pairings and usually in League, Blitzcrank is paired with an AD carry Tom, when you play the game.
Um,
Speaking of which, there's a new 6v6 mode in League, which is going to be interesting.
I might like get a computer and try and test it out. But anyway, okay, we do need to start on the topic though.
we could be talking about LOL. Like, we could. No, I don't know. Whatever. So
I'm eventually gonna cosplay me. I don't know.
well, we always start with like cool shit news. So whatever. It's never off topic because it's cool shit.
Oh yeah, that's true. That.
Mm-hmm. So.
I do like
Alright, so,
the title.
yeah, cool shit news is cool shit news.
Mm-hmm.
Should I say more about myself or just assume everyone knows who I am?
No one knows who you are. I don't think anyone. Well, no one knows who I am. I am the Knight.
You're Batman?
Or I'm Batman.
No, it's the day that you become Batman is the day. Well, actually, that might make more sense if I'm Steel. Like, I am not Shaq. I am not the Shaq Steel. I am the awesome one.
I have the picture of.
So you're Shaq Fu if you're the awesome one.
Hey Jax, could you give us a little shimmy? Give us a little Shaq shimmy.
I am not doing a Shaq shimmy.
I don't.
The only.
So if Jax is if Chris is the Knight and Jax is Steel, I don't know what I am. I have no idea what Seneca is. Seneca hasn't said a word for
Seneca's
like
just the devil.
5 minutes.
She.
Seneca is the devil. That is
Okay.
how she works.
Mhm.
I
Come out
will.
of nowhere and punch things.
What about punching
They're
things?
Jax punches things
Yes, Jax punches
and
things.
throws things.
What doesn't Jax punch and throw? Let's be honest here.
Root beer.
Root beer.
That's true. That'd be
Yes.
like the one exception.
Like, I can never throw a full bottle of root beer. I will probably kill some small villagers before that happens.
Aw.
I'm really nice, but when I get angry, I will destroy you from the base up.
It's adorable.
Okay,
Yeah,
number
yeah,
one,
so am
that's
I.
stick.
It's adorable.
So Seneca's the devil, Jax is steel, Chris is the knight. I'm trying to figure out what I am then.
You are the character from Korewan Zombie Deska.
You have to speak Englishes.
It's an anime where a zombie's basically a magical girl.
Oh, okay. That's.
But,
Oh,
but I'm
magical.
but I don't think I'm a zombie. If anything, I think I'd be like, I don't know.
You're a magical zombie girl, boy thing. I don't know.
Jax, you're trying too hard.
yeah.
I just woke up. This counts.
I think I'm liquid.
Liquid?
You
Liquid
are
what?
not
Snake?
liquid. I will.
See, I could be
beat the happy out
I
of
could
you.
be liquid anything.
Okay. Alright,
You are a liquid zombie. Happy.
Liquid zombie.
So blood. I'm blood. Or so that makes me like a
corroded.
vampire then. Oh dear lord.
What is
You're
it?
the one vampire that I can't kill in freaking League.
Oh,
So-
you mean Vladimir?
Yeah, screw Vladimir. His blood scurry mode.
Oh, when he forms that stupid pool, yeah, it's kind of dumb.
yeah.
Blood scurry mode.
Well, I only watch people play League, and I go and think about it, but I don't think I want to get into League.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's just turn off your team chat. Turn
Yeah,
off all chat. You'll survive.
yeah, it will help.
I don't know. Yeah, it seems fun, but then I watch it and go, I don't know if I want to play this game.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of nice players. Caleb is not one, but I'm pretty
a nice
sure.
player. I'm
Let's
teaching Troy
crank.
how to play.
like my big online
Let's
game.
Crank does not make you a nice player.
or just
Playing
make it easier.
Blitzcrank and literally asking me, "Do you fear me?" is
That's
like
one
rage
game.
inducing. Is blind rage inducing.
Like you haven't done that to someone else in any other video game at least once.
I have not, to be perfectly honest. I have never trolled in a video game.
Or Yu-Gi-Oh.
yeah, lies.
No, in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's only one time I will ever do it. If I
He
know
trolls
that you're
all the
playing a
time.
burn deck.
You're not subjective. You smile and you let them play their cards. You're like, yeah, I see what you're playing there, and they're just getting frustrated, pissed off at you because you're trolling them. And I antagonize.
No. No. Ask anyone that's ever dueled me. If you play a burn deck, the entire duel becomes something different. Like, I will go from smiley, happy-go-lucky to the second I realize it's a burn deck, it's like, oh. Okay, we're switching next game, because guess what? I'm just gonna destroy you. I'm going to eat your flesh. And then I'm going to eat your cards. That Raziel that cost you so much to get, yeah, I'm gonna eat it. In your face. Right now.
Oh man.
Like, I'm chewing on your card. Oh, you're playing Macro Rabbit? Well, let me turn around.
Oh no. I play online Mech Warrior. It's a much slower game. It requires a lot more teamwork. Well, maybe not. Maybe not as much. LoL has a lot of teamwork, yeah, but Mech Warrior is pretty much if you're stupid, everyone dies, and that's the end of the game. I don't know. Rob. Okay, so I've been seeing some cool stuff since we're going back to the future.
Oh, I see that segue you did there.
Oh yeah, there we go. So you guys like Marty McFly shoes because they're pretty cool. Like some leather.
Yeah, I actually heard that they were working on them like a year ago, and I've been following them, and I need to pre-order these McFly's Nikes. They need to make that hoverboard, and I'm good.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
you mean
screw
the
that.
functional one?
Yeah, it's a functional
Give me
hoverboard.
a
Yeah.
pit bull. I will take the pit bull. Screw that pink piece of crap. I
Hey,
want
it's
mine with
stylish.
jets and
That
rockets
is a
on it.
very stylish pink.
I want
90s
my
random
pit
shapes on it and
bull.
everything.
I will accept my pit bull.
What Pitbull is that? Like a rocket pack?
No, the pit bull was Biff Jr.'s hoverboard where it had rockets on it.
Yeah, and then it could pull like the 3 behind him, I think too.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
and
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
there's like a
It's
weird.
just I'm a
pothole
huge
with
fan
that.
of Marty McFly, so I want the pink one.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind having a pink one just so I can have it on my wall. But yeah. But anyway, onto these shoes.
They're pretty awesome. Like,
Yeah, they're freaking awesome.
if you guys want to look at the link, you can hit the button and it laces them up automatically, and it's got lights and shit.
Does it come in my size?
Probably not. No, they don't come in Sasquatch.
That I am kind of sad.
Well, let's see what the maximum size is.
Does it do any-
Probably
cool thing?
11. There's
'Cause if
always
it's a-
another cool thing.
No, I mean, I thought they lit up. And is it all they do when they light up, or is it they got the chip in there that does anything? It seems completely feasible to do because you just need like Damn, how would you lace those things up like that? Like, and be able to get in and out of them quickly?
I got no idea.
Hmm.
Like a feasible way to do it with multiple shoes, I have no clue. Because I feel that
I'm
that would
wondering
get
how much these
broken
things are
fairly
going to
quickly.
cost. I'm pretty sure they aren't going to be cheap.
No.
Pretty sure they're going to be like,
They're Nikes.
They're gonna be stupid expensive.
yeah. Like I really
I'm about
want
to
a pair,
say
but
they're
they're going to be
Nikes.
bad, stupid expensive, like 200 plus expensive probably.
Oh man.
Like the minute I get the chance, I'm pre-ordering Ruby figures because they're going to be cheaper than shoes any day.
Still
But
don't
then
have
you
that
do
mug
shoeless.
though, unfortunately.
You put your
Yeah.
Ruby figures on your feet and walk around on them.
Probably. I mean, if I buy 2 Ruby figures, I can
Now, when
probably
you
go to
say-
work.
When you say Ruby figures, do you mean like the main character specifically or something else?
Oh, Rooster Teeth just announced that they're making the entire main cast and the figures. And
Okay,
they
so do you
just-
plan getting the whole entire cast or your 2 favorites?
I'm probably gonna get all 4
Okay.
because
Because
Well-
I did see the one for Ruby, but I didn't know that they made the other 3, but that doesn't surprise me really.
well,
Either.
they haven't made them yet, but they have said that they're gonna make the others.
Oh man.
There's a lot of good Ruby cosplay at Katsucon. Now, like, we're on the subject of Ruby. Like,
Mm.
oh my lord, the cosplay was glorious.
Oh, yeah, I love Ruby. Well, okay, I like the parts where they don't talk.
I'm about to say, don't you lie, don't you lie. We've had this argument for like three months already.
Wait, what argument?
What? I enjoy the parts where they don't talk. The action sequences are great, but as soon as they get dialogue, I go.
I like the dialogue because I like slow character development. That's how I am.
Well, I agree. The action is my favorite part, but and like sometimes the dialogue irritates me, but I'm okay with it at the end of the day, and I do like the slow character development.
Like,
Though I think probably Ruby annoys me the most.
like
That's
the pop-
because you're a Weiss fan, you jerk.
what-
No, I'm a Yang fan.
Oh yeah.
What is it? The character and prop like design itself is like the best I've seen in years.
Well, yeah, character design is interesting. Props are interesting, though I don't think they function that way in real life most of the time. Like, yeah, they're cool,
Oh.
but like, I don't think Yang's clothes can actually like transform like that in real life. At least not.
I'm about to say you
Good
just
check out.
challenged me and him at the same time.
Guess what I'm making in the middle of March?
I'm pretty sure you're making one of those weapons, if not all of them.
I'm gonna
The
make.
ones that I want to make because he's a douche.
Well, I don't even care if you're mad at me about that. It's worth it.
So much
yeah.
butthurt.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, a decent amount of them can actually function right, but like when I look at like Yang's like cuffs, like I don't think like that would function 100%
Oh no,
the way it does in the show.
Oh, there's clippings. Yeah, you would have to account for some clipping, but yeah.
yeah. Well, Chris, what are you making? because you're a jerk.
I'm making the big red ruby scythe, which is going to start in gun mode and spring load into scythe mode.
See, that one's doable, and like Weiss's weapon is doable, but like Yang is like the one I'm contemplating, and like a few of the ones on like the
Which color is Yang?
other
Yellow?
team.
Yellow?
Yeah, the yellow. Yeah.
It wouldn't collapse all the way down in the bracelets. You'd have to all the gun functionality and all that like moving around bits are possible, but not like smushing down into.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's my point. Like, not all the weapons in that sword. Are
Also, barring incredible strength training, those bracelets will probably weigh a ton.
Yeah, that too.
Cats feast upon the soul.
But see, I have a point. Like, not all the weapons are crazy realistic. Some of them are, but not all of them are. But I mean, it's a fantasy show. I mean, Weiss uses a magic sword.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
I want to make the hammer too. The hammer is fun. The pink one.
Yeah. Oh, Nora's.
Yeah, that's a fun hammer.
See, I kind of want to make almost. Okay. I want to make.
Huh? You want to make what? Do we lose people?
Jax, where'd you go?
Fira's. Huh?
You
You
lost.
like Pura's lance gun earlier? It's shotgun lance. I
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That I would love to make. There's a couple more, like Nora's hammer. I wouldn't mind making.
I think
It
the
just.
green guy in the enemy team, whose name I'm forgetting, has pretty cool guns, but I don't remember what his name is.
Well, they're not enemies. They're like best friends at this
No,
point. But
did I say enemy team? I meant like
Competitive
team.
rivals.
Yeah, rival team. That
Yeah.
term.
yeah,
I've had that. I used the wrong word.
yeah, it's all good. No, I haven't seen them in detail yet, so I might. It depends. I might just make them for the lulz because there's nothing really else.
But no, like all the
But-
Katsukan Ruby cosplays were great, and then like there were people who were doing gender bends with like almost every character from the series, and they were also well done. So I was like, this pleases me. I was pretty happy.
So it was like up a notch from the local Chicagoland stuff. They were just bringing it harder than Chicago or the Midwest. Is that?
Well,
what
I
you're saying?
just think because Katsukan's like a very huge reputation con, I just think like everyone brought it really hard, just because like that's like its reputation. Like if you want to bust out a big fancy cosplay, you do it at Katsukan.
Ah,
It's not
Okay.
like it's not that like Chicago cosplay is not up to snuff or anything. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that like it's kind of like Anime Expo. Like it's just like everyone brings their best stuff to that, and like Katsukan is like is kind of that tier. It's like you bring your best stuff to Katsukan and Anime Expo. It sounds like,
yeah.
and then it sounds like Otakon and Asen and
Okay.
Fanime are like your second tier.
Nah.
Well, a little bit mellower, right? Yeah. 'Cause-
Yeah, like they're up there, but they're a little bit mellower. Yeah, that's basically what I was going for.
like, I don't know. I don't know. Chicago people. It seems the Midwest people don't have that kind of competitive Hollywood kind of thing going on.
But like
Not as hard.
people who were at Katsukan
Mhm.
from the Midwest, like everyone I know,
Mhm.
like we all brought pretty good like A game worthy stuff, or like everything looked really good. Like no, like all of us got complimented and filmed in videos and had nice photo shoots done. Like I can't really think of anything negative. I mean, I was talking to a lot of West Coast cosplayers, a lot of famous West Coast cosplayers, like Saturday night. So, and like a lot of them like my stuff. So like,
That's awesome. Man, man, I don't know. I've just been spending too much time, or I haven't gotten out of the Midwest that much.
I need to go back to Cali and punish
yeah.
people.
Well, I'm hoping to go to AX in July. I'm really hoping to.
Yeah. No, I need to stay in Illinois for DashCon. I need to. I gotta go to DashCon.
What's DashCon?
It's in Schaumburg. I haven't honestly been to DashCon, so I
What's
really
it a
want to check it
console
out. I think it's Dice Show. Dice Show, probably. I'm calling it Dash.
What's the topic?
Oh yeah, it's Daisho Con, but isn't that usually in Wisconsin? It's gonna be in Schaumburg this year.
Oh, you must be talking about Dash. That's actually a Tumblr.
Yeah.
convention.
Oh, if you're talking
Oh,
about the
it's
Tumblr convention, I was thinking about checking that out too, just because it's local.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
Dash.
it has like.
DaishoCon is different.
Yeah, I was say.
Okay.
Me and Jax are trying to figure out. Right, you want to do a panel for that?
Heck yeah, dude, it's worth it. And friggin' Welcome to Night Vale's going. I need to go.
You gotta buy
That's a
separate
requirement.
tickets for that. I found out.
Ooh, that's. Is it? You
Or-
have to pay more for that?
Yeah, there's separate tickets for the stage shows, and I think some of them are sold out.
That's a disappointment.
Well, supposedly there's a live show coming into Chicago soon, so
Yeah,
I gotta
will
check
do
the
that.
dates. I will do that. Shoot. What else? Oh, since we're talking about shows, back on the cool shit news. Did you guys hear about the Captain Harlock remake?
No.
I didn't hear about it till today, actually, and I've been too focused on the Cyborg 009 remake because I've been working on my costume. But
Oh yeah, I think I saw a picture of you in your 009 costume.
yeah, well, I'm 004 from 009, but yeah, I'm going to upload a bunch from that I found on Tumblr, probably after this podcast, actually.
Oh, so what's going on with that?
Yeah. It won awards, and I got a chance. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I bootlegged the crap out of this just so I can see this because I saw it on the news a little bit ago.
Is there any
Well, my
place to actually
newsfeed
like
and
buy it legit online, or would you have to? I don't know what you'd find.
It's not in English yet. It is nowhere near English yet.
So you basically did what I did with a live-action Rurouni Kenshin movie.
Yes. I am intended to buy it the minute it comes out in English, though. But
No, I do too.
I had to
They're
see
working
this.
on like the sequel right now for the live-action Rurouni Kenshin movie. Apparently, they're making 2 sequels actually. Like I saw some of the photos from like one of the fight scenes that they work on, and it looks great. So
oh
far.
man, you have no idea.
You know, I've always
And
been
the fact-
on the live actions.
Yeah.
Or Speckled Hill.
Plus,
Have you guys seen
Yeah,
the
we had
live-action Phoenix Wright movie too? That was also pretty well done.
That was pretty funny. I've seen clips of it. I haven't seen the whole thing, but there's always like short videos of it, and it looks hilarious that they went over the top with it.
No, it is like they did all the over-the-topness perfectly. I was laughing. Like this is a good adaptation. I mean, it's only the final case from the first game, but like it was still really well done, and I was pleased with it.
but yeah, all I can say is this: I'm not going to spoil it, but it is beautiful. They bring everything. They bring their A game and plus some in this. It's all 3D versus. Okay. If
Well, I'm
you
just looking like
remember
a
the
cover
original-
for it on the Facebook, like on the Facebook chat link, and like I'm like that. The artwork just looks done. The costume design looks excellent. Like
Kind of want to see the spaceship up close. That looks-
yeah, I do. Like it reminds me like a lot of like
Oh,
Star
dude.
Trek with like the way that ship looks, and maybe Outlaw Star too. But like
Mm.
it looks great.
Oh man, it made me so happy. Plus,
When's it coming out?
Mattel looks beautiful.
Is it gonna be translated or when is it coming out?
It doesn't. I know it's gonna be coming to Blu-ray in February or March, but not in English. I have no idea when they're gonna make an English dub for this.
So the movie already premiered.
It's probably gonna. Wow.
Oh look, yeah, last semester, September.
Yeah, it's already like winning gangbusters of awards. It's so worth it though.
Oh yeah, I could see that happening. I mean, with the look of
Yeah.
the amount of like work that it looks like it's gone into it, like if it's not winning awards, like it should be, because that just looks really, really well done.
Or you and your fancy movie.
And again, not many people realize this, but I am a huge Harlock. I am a huge Harlock fan. So, Harlock, Esmeraldas, Galaxy Express.
All the old stuff.
I am in love with it all. Yeah.
So
I
you've
actually
seen it-
kind of want to see if I can hunt down the original movie poster.
So then, is it like a readaptation? Is it a remastering, or is it like a different story altogether?
It's pretty much remastered hardcore. It's a little bit of an adaptation. From what I could tell, it wasn't that much of a different story.
Oh,
It was just a remake to
Spoiler!
bring it up to speed.
Spoilers in case you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Like
it's not-
2-decade old anime or 3? Is it 3 decades now?
Yeah,
But yeah,
That's pretty old.
pretty much
Yeah.
at this point.
yeah.
It was made before I was born. I know that much.
That must be 3 decades old.
But-
Jax is the olds.
Yes. It was made 40 decades ago, thousands of years ago.
Well, I mean, I cosplayed from Cyborg 009 that was made in like what, the 1960s, 1970s, and it's been remade 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah, I think I've seen.
With the
well,
weirdest ending ever.
I don't know. I came in on the first remake, and then the second remake I wasn't really happy with because it wasn't the same art style, and it just.
I like the I fell in love with the 2001 series on Toonami, and that's the one that I fell in love with. I'm looking forward to like the movie remake they're doing right now, because I think it will be neat.
I don't know. You know what's neat?
My thing is,
What's your thing?
the only way I'm gonna like this.
Go. The only way you're gonna like the remake.
The only way I'm gonna like the new Cyber 009.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Okay, what did you tell
No,
us?
the only way I'm gonna like. I swear to God, I'm gonna eat your soul.
I'm going to destroy you.
No. I will
Whose soul are you
punch
eating?
your
in line?
baby.
Interrupt him one more time.
I don't. Okay. Got this.
We love you, Jax.
So many baby punching. But anyway. Alright. The only way I'm gonna like the new one is if it has that really I don't even know how to describe the ending from like the Toonami version.
You like
Because it was so techno and so poppy that I couldn't help but love it.
I don't remember.
Well, they didn't actually finish the one on Toonami, so, but yeah, it definitely was kind of.
I don't remember the ending on that one.
No,
Yeah.
they finished
Yeah, I
it on
remember
Toonami,
that.
they just transferred it to Adult Swim.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's probably what they had to do. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it got to a very, very, very dark point after a while. I think the last episode that they showed on Toonami
Mhm.
was with the theater guy and his background.
I know.
Like they described his background story.
Wait, do you mean is it? That sounds like Albert because he used
The
to be. a
one that could
writer.
transform. Yeah.
Oh,
one that could transform.
the camouflage guy. I think that's 5. That's 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah, that was the last episode that they showed on Toonami. Then they started showing everyone else
Yeah.
on Adult Swim.
Oh man. What was it? I saw on Facebook people were posting about how there's a group warning parents about Adult Swim being adult-oriented programming.
But it's called Adult Swim, so that's kind of obvious.
It's called
Yeah.
A sweet, innocent cartoon channel turns its programming to adult-oriented things after is it 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock?
It's 10.
Yeah.
Or it
Yeah.
used to be 10. And I'm not sure if it changed.
No, it's still 10.
Okay.
Really? Is that what you expect? Apparently. Oh, what is it? Like Comedy Central even. I don't know. I think a lot of channels changed their programming to what's all who's watching.
Well, after Adult Swim was like so successful in like the mid 2000s, like everyone changed their night block to kind of be a similar time to
Yeah.
theirs.
Really? Oh.
I mean, it was.
It was really
Comedy
popular.
Central, the minute. Yeah, like Toonami started doing it, then Comedy Central did TV Funhouse around this exact same time, and it used to piss me off. Because I wanted to watch TV Funhouse, but Sailor Moon and friggin' Cowboy Bebop and
That kind of wins a lot.
Kikaider kind of won over TV Funhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to see a remake of Kikaider now. That'd be kind of nice.
Excuse me.
For sort of topic of horrifically dark series.
There are a lot of remakes I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Oh well. So
Oh man.
I'm going to stretch my back, and we're going to come back in a few minutes or seconds with a word from our imaginary schizophrenic sponsors.
Are you a badass with a cold shoulder? Come to Slag Shoulder Lolly Emporium. We have all kinds of lollies for you to choose from. We got big lollies, small lollies, lollies. Yeah, guys, that's the thing. We have so many lolis for you to choose from. We are having a sale this week. Buy one, get two free. To make your badass enough to handle more than one, come to Slag Shoulder Loli Emporium off the corner of Sunset and Never.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna say there's cats in the name.
Alright.
Yeah, that's the group. You and Jax Seneca.
Yes.
Jax is trying to get me to do, but there's
Yeah.
just nothing interesting there for me. I'll be honest. Sorry.
I'm telling you to do Percy. Do Percy.
Chris doesn't like to do like plain
Do
clothes.
the match stuff.
No, I don't even like the series. Like maybe if it was a series I was interested in, but oh well.
I would say, well, it'll probably be the next con, but anyway, we can start, I guess.
Okay, cool. Because I already started. Deal with it. We're already a minute in. So yeah, we were just talking about all our busy stuff that we have to do for each convention. It's a total slog of stuff that we want to do and can't do and don't have time to do, and there are life problems because we
Where'd
have
my
life.
root beer go?
You drank it. It's been consumed inside you.
No, I mean, where'd the bottle go?
You consumed it.
Bottle? Oh.
Spicy peanuts.
Mm.
Oh. What is it?
Start.
Let me see. We lost focus completely. Yeah. So we have new costumes, right?
Oh,
Since
yeah.
we were talking about stuff, new cool shit we've seen. So what is this? This is a. These are Galaxy Express. No, I'm not Galaxy Express.
Oh, that's for costumes. Costumes. That's for me. That's the costumes I've seen.
Who are these costumes? The
'Cause
Captain Harlock costumes.
Cool stuff was Galaxy. No, freaking Captain Harlock was my cool stuff, and then
You
the costumes for me. So
just going on the Captain Harlock.
we've already done the cool.
No,
Dude, it was on my mind.
I've not shown these ladies in costume, have we?
Why
Oh,
not?
there's the full cast here. There's also you got the whole full cast here of Captain Harlock. No, there's Galaxy Express right there. I know that's Galaxy Express.
Freaking Mattel is in everything now.
Yeah, guys, we
Esmeralda.
skipped something in the cool shit
We
part
did?
though. We missed Twitch plays Pokemon completely.
We did. We forgot.
Oh God, how could we forget about? I was actually trying not to mention it because I knew that was somebody else's thing.
Oh my God, it's good times.
Because I just got shown this like the other day and it's pretty cool actually. I'm not sure whose it is, so I'll let them say it unless they want me to say it.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead, explain it, Caleb.
So basically, Twitch Plays Pokemon is you basically get in the Twitch chat with like 40,000 other people, and you tell it how to play the game through your keyboard. Yeah, so you have a lot of people telling it to go up and down, and then that looks like there's a democracy and an anarchy side, and basically, like once you put in enough like information, the most voted upon thing goes in, and then that's the next action of the game.
That's actually dependent. That's the democracy version, right, Seneca?
Yeah, the anarchy one is how it was in the beginning, where people just put in what they want, and it happens by chance. Where the command lands in the queue of people spamming whatever they want the thing to do.
Yeah, like it would skip over commands, but it's got a 20 to 60 or 20 to 40 second delay, right? So even if you were trying to do whatever you were doing, you had to pray that's what you had to be doing in 20 to 40 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because there's an enforced delay on Twitch. It's not optional, unfortunately. Like sometimes I wish it was optional.
yeah.
But
Even the streamers do, because not all the things are LOL. A lot of them are, live streams of them playing a game, and they like to, interact with their.
well, yeah, because I know Charles and I do live streams of us playing Left 4 Dead and stuff like that.
How's that go?
It's fine. It's just us playing versus. If you look on my.
Sorry, we lost you. What? If you look on your what? No.
Sorry, my microphone's being a derp.
Derp.
There's a link on my wall to Charles Romero and I playing Left 4 Dead
Do you want me to put
2
that in the
versus
show
the
note?
PC. Yeah, I can link it to you
Cool.
once we're done. But it's basically us just playing versus on Left 4 Dead 2 versus mode on PC. And Charles and I sometimes do it, and sometimes we have other people as well from the local Chicago scene.
Okay. Yeah. Wait. Focus. No. Wait. Jax, what were we doing?
Well, we finished the
Everything.
Pokemon thing.
Oop, Jax. I know that's you.
Yes. All right. So now we are in cosplay news, as far as or like costumes that we've seen.
Okay. Well, I mean, never mind. So yeah, that was cool stuff. Just you check out the Pokemon plays if you don't know about it. You probably already do know about it, unless you live under a rock. We're spreading the news.
Yeah, I haven't played Pokemon in forever.
That's
So,
Okay, so
Okay.
your new costumes are
yes.
Like
Ooh, see.
when you say new costumes, you're working on or ones you found.
just some cool stuff we found.
Pretty much stuff I've seen online.
Yeah,
Like I am on a Harlock binge.
he does that.
I can
So-
tell because there's a lot of HARLOCK stuff.
I am on an extreme Harlock binge. Like last week, I was on an Interstellar Daft Punk binge
So all of his
to the
links
point where
were
I think I
that.
pissed off my. Yeah,
Would you piss off
like
your
this, it gets kind of weird. It kind of transfers to work as well. So if when I was at work, I was blaring Daft Punk and no one knew why. But
But
It's
Daft
kinda
Punk is a
funny.
good thing to blare. You could be blaring so much worser things.
This is true.
it is very true. But like I was blaring the entire album Discovery when I technically.
How many times did you manage to get through that in a shift?
I'm actually curious about that too.
Yeah, like I'm just playing over and over again. Raw! We're losing the Jax. Damn it! He died. He died. everybody.
No, Jax, don't die.
Oh well. So my
There we go.
he's going on
That's
the. What was it? He goes on the Harlock.
My thing is. Yeah.
Oop, we're getting some hiss off you, Jax.
Yeah, I was about to say we might have to transfer to mic 2 for me, but
Okay,
let me
it's going down.
see.
Oh well. So you just been on
Yeah.
Harlock. I mean, is your throwback also Harlock? Because I have a feeling it might be.
I think it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, it isn't.
I will
Oh.
not fill.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh, what? I could have. I was willing to put money. on
I
that.
see what it is now. Okay, no.
Oh man.
See, I could have made it Galaxy Express 39. I could have made it anything.
You could
But
have.
no, I made it that. So you can suck it. You can suck it.
Damn it. I would have expected. Well, I always liked them. Was it the main character in Galaxy Express? What's her name?
Mattel?
Mattel. She is in a lot of his works. I guess is that what you're saying?
Yeah, she gets homaged a lot. Like in XL Saga,
Mm-hmm.
she for some reason there's like a parody version of her that just randomly appears.
Mm.
Well, there, no, Excel
I mean,
is a huge parody anime. Like that's what it is.
I don't.
Yeah.
But it surprised me that they went that far back and out of nowhere. Oh look, it's a Mattel parody. I mean, freaking Hellsing. Though I'm not sure if they did this on purpose. It could have been just the clothing fashion of the time. When Alucard pops up as a girl as Girly Card, he dresses up practically the exact same way as Mattel. So-
She's a huge, like, famous character. Oop, sorry.
Because she is. I can't even spoil like why she's such a good character.
I don't.
But she is just she is a good person
Well, she always struck me as like.
in my own eyes.
I don't know how much dialogue she had. But
She had quite a bit.
I just remember from Galaxy Express she was more like the reverent goddess kind of character and just was perfect in every way, and that's the crux of who she was. She
Pretty much. Like, well, she gained. It's weird. It's kind of hard to explain. You would have to watch it to
I'm gonna have
truly
to
understand it.
Yeah, because I'll have to rewatch her and see what's up with her character. But Caleb, what have you linked us to here in this pictures of pictures?
Oh, that was that's for the new costumes that we like section later.
No, that's what we're doing right now. I guess. Well, I think.
Oh,
so.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
because I was at KatsuCon this weekend, so there are a lot of new costumes I like. But the one I linked in the chat is a really cute Totoro dress that a girl made,
Oh, I didn't even scroll down.
and it's really cute. There's a lot of really cool Pokemon cosplay at the convention. There was a guy cosplaying as the like homeless guy. I can't remember what his name is, but that was like really well done. And like the gym leader ones were really well done. One of my friends did a Drakengard cosplay, which was well done. Like all the obscure cosplay that you would think you would find, you'll find it here. There's a lot of nice costumes. Let me see what's on my phone because I'm uploading photos from my phone later tonight.
Well, let's look at this in the Totoro. You can see that under her skirt, where the shadows are, is all little like dust spirits. I scrolled down. I was like, wait, oh, I see what that is.
Yeah,
That was kind of cool.
yeah. It's really neat. That's a great costume. Like she did an awesome job.
Is there a style for? Because lately it's been really picking up for the dress adaptations of characters. Is there a thing for that? Is that called something?
I don't think
No?
so off the top of my
Sorry,
head.
what? I missed it.
Yeah, like you know how they're adapting characters into dresses, or like TV shows into dresses, or things into dresses.
Oh, like the Doctor Who one too. I know. I get what
Oh,
you're
themed
saying.
dresses.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it'd just be a themed dress, wouldn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, or an inspired dress. But yeah, it depends on the style because they'll say like TARDIS themed Lolita dress or
Yeah.
Hogwarts uniform themed Lolita dress. You know, so
There's also a ton of good League cosplay at KatsuCon. There was a Jinx with an amazing Fishbones. There's an amazing Yasuo. Like, and then there's just a lot
I'm
of good
surprised someone
cosplay.
cosplayed Yasuo so fast.
Yeah. Well, I
Hey,
mean,
I'm not.
And then, like, there's a
Like,
ton of
Yasuo
Fire
hasn't been
Emblem.
out that long.
Oh, there's a ton of Fire Emblem at the con that was great. There's a lot of JoJo's cosplays that I liked that were great. And then there was a huge Malboro somebody brought in. Like no one, I don't think anyone was in it because it was just sitting in the dealer's hall, but it looked amazing.
Marbaro is that? What is that from?
It's an enemy creature from Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah. The tentacle thing of stats
Yeah,
is
exactly.
of horribleness.
And I have a photo of that which I'll upload later that you can steal for the podcast if you want. That was
I want to see it now. No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about linking everything. People can look up Marbaro at KatsuCon. I'm pretty sure they'll find it pretty easily.
and like definitely the most common cosplay at KatsuCon. It actually wasn't Homestuck. It was Disney princesses. Like Disney cosplay was like the most abundant thing at KatsuCon this year.
They got the stage
Especially Frozen. Frozen was like
huge.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
thinking
man.
it was either gonna be Frozen or Attack on Titan, to be honest.
Attack on Titan was number 2 easily. So there was a ton of Attack on Titan cosplayers too. Like I literally saw one like every couple.
Because Frozen went insane over the past week.
Yeah, like art is having a sale right now. Wig sale.
Huh?
Yeah. When does that wig sale end?
It's 100 hours, so I think it's like 4 a.m.
Yeah, because that's like what 3 days? Like
It's on their
three-
Facebook page. No, 24
Well, you
hours a day, so it's at least 4 days. It's like 4 days and
4
yeah,
hours.
4 days and 4 hours. Yeah. 'Cause that'd be 96 and 4. Yeah.
So it started at midnight. I guess technically still today, the 18th, February 18th, and it's gonna be 4 days and 4 hours. So
And what's the deal? on there?
20% off your entire purchase. Thing is, the wig, they get thousands of orders, and it's only like 5 people shipping them out. So if you order a wig and it's out of stock, by the time they get to your order to ship it out, they're gonna email you. So you're not gonna get like an instant out of stock notice. You might get an email, and you aren't guaranteed your wig because they're only shipping out what's in stock and what may arrive in stock while they're shipping.
Oh, so it.
So they already have warned people because Frozen, if you ordered anything that looks like Anna or Elsa, you might not get it.
Oh no, that's such unfortunate.
That's pretty good, I guess, because it keeps people from backlogging like tons of wigs.
Yeah, it's like don't get your hopes too high up.
Well, I guess.
Cover you, but
Like order 100 wigs and save zillions of dollars. And
oh, I have seen on the Facebook people saying, "Oh, I'm doing a stage production, so I ordered like 20 wigs," and I'm like, "Holy crap! I only ordered 3."
only.
Yeah, if I ordered anything, it'd be like 5.
Right.
I'm
God.
kind of considering looking at that myself, maybe, even though I hate
Well, you
work.
should have told me. I would have put you on mine.
Well, I'm still thinking. You know how I hate wigs.
I got my order in like 18 minutes into the sale.
Oh, you are.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. There were people who like had their cart preloaded and
Like
all
you
they
were ready to go.
yeah, like all they had to do seriously was hit like submit order.
Damn. Was it 20% off? Yeah, that's pretty good.
20% off? Yeah, it's like well, if you live
this is
in
why.
Illinois, you have to pay like sales tax and stuff like that.
Oh, that's crazy.
But even with the shipping, like shipping first class priority mail or stuff like that, that's about $5 or $6. And even with tax, like I think an $80 order, well, $100 order is down to $80. With the 20% off, then you pay like shipping insurance, which is $2 plus the $6 for shipping. Then whatever the tax is, it only comes to like $96. So you're still saving because I think it would be like $118 with
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Then if you're in the Midwest, you get your wigs super fast because they're
Yeah.
literally like I literally got mine like the next day when I ordered my wig from Arda.
Well, that's when they're not having sale. Like I'm expecting it to be like where you might get it in 2 days, you might get it in a week or so. But then they
Yeah.
already. Oh, that's the other thing they said. They said if you're expecting your wig to be shipped within a short time in February, don't.
Well, like
It's
getting a
25
wig within a week is pretty good. It's
Yeah,
like,
but
that's
it's like
reasonable.
5 people, and they're shipping the orders out, I guess, in the order that they get them. And when they have these sales, because their sales are always just awesome, and their wigs are really, really good quality. It's 5 people shipping out literally thousands of orders. So, it's gonna take a while, and I do give them kudos because that's it's pretty awesome.
Oh, I'll think about it. I mean, what would be nice is if like you see the wigs in the masquerade stuff I linked up to you guys.
Oh,
Oh
darn.
yeah. Like, sorry, I was right. So anyway, yeah. So
Yes.
I really like these masquerade thingies. They're really cool. They have so much detail. I'll show you guys. So this is a fair in France, I believe. No. It's Carnival in Venice, which is not France. That's probably Venice, Italy.
That is not France.
No, it's not. But like that's where you'd expect the crazy, over the top, like V for
Yes.
Vendetta kind of scenario of stuff.
Yes, it is. If it's
Yeah,
in Venice.
yeah. Venice equals V for Vendetta. Sounds about right.
Look at just tons of lace work and layering and in gold, and this is a robot or a human. I don't know. I don't know if Seneca ever aspires to make some. I want to just make stuff.
It is
like
both. It is a cyborg.
cyborg human. Wait, is cyborg half robot, half human? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, Cyborg is half robot, half human.
Okay. There's various denominations of trans and
Bioroid is
robot.
like some weird synonym.
Bioid? What's a bioid? Bioid. Bioid.
Bioroid.
Bioroid.
I was about to suggest that.
Bioroid is technically like
Artificial?
an organic cyborg, technically.
Yeah. Biological.
No, it's an
android.
organic cyborg. So
But I don't know.
like Melfina from Outlaw Star.
Yeah, she's human. She's a human cyborg. Yeah.
But I don't know. These costumes are.
No, she's a Bioroid. Like they specifically made the.
Oh.
No, I was saying Melfina practically coined Bioroid. Well, that's how I heard the term.
Yeah,
Because she was
So
specifically.
are you saying she's a genetically
like, able to
produced
Bioroid.
cyborg, essentially?
I don't
That's
know.
what it-
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like. Okay.
Okay, that's the distinction.
like
No, I'm trying to
you
think.
got the
oh,
term as far back as Appleseed, but yeah.
yeah, and then there was Macross. Do you remember Love? But those were Bionoids. I'm sorry. Bionoids in Macross. Do you remember Love?
Yeah. Yeah, those are Bionoids. They're
Too many distinctions.
They sound the
to rewatch
same.
that.
I'm
That was a-
sorry. It's like I get stuff like that mixed up when I haven't seen it in a while.
No, I just see this stuff going on in Venice and go.
I mean, you hear the word Bioroid and
we're gonna get out of whatever. It's fine. We're good. We're gonna talk about robots and was it cyborgs and what are the? Wait, so cyborg? Actually, that makes sense that cyborg is cyborg. Derp, 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 derp. Actually, was it cyborg on the Teen Titans?
like that's a whole different can of worms. So.
Look, I seen him pull off like his robot arm, but then
Oh,
he's got
man.
his organic arm there too. How do you pull like a flesh and bone arm off like it's a robot arm? Is it just like that one section of his arm is or his face can be covered up with
Okay,
medical bits, and then he just takes it off whenever he feels like it? I don't know where the line is on that man.
Okay, the way to describe Cyborg,
Hmm.
yeah, the way to describe Cyborg, most of his fleshy bits,
Mhm.
he's kind of like RoboCop, like the original. He still has fleshy bits, but they're not. The nerve endings are pretty much shot. They're just there, like they're
So he
composed
doesn't
as
feel
humanity.
anything. Okay.
So when he
Or
takes off his
actually-
arms and stuff, right, he doesn't feel a single chunk of it. Like he still recognizes emotion because he is still human,
Hmm.
but he can shut off his nerve endings.
So he's just kind of holding on to the organic bits to him for some reason, even though they are just kind of attached to cyborg bits. I mean, a large chunk of his torso looks like it's robot, but otherwise they're just slices of him, you know? Oh no, we will be back with a word from our sponsor.
Hello, sit down. Do you feel like your life is just too normal? Well, that's because you're boring, and we can't really help what you are. But at Supernatural Hotlines, we can help you attract all the weird you ever wanted and more. Want a giant monster to attack your town? Want a harem of sexy aliens to live with you for a week or two? We cover all the events you could ever wish for. Trying to impress that date tonight? Call us, and we can have a hero scenario ready within moments for a small fee. Here at Supernatural Hotlines, we do our very best to make all your wishes come true. Supernatural Hotlines is not liable for your safety during scenarios.
He's no longer a zombie, he's a Yeti again. He's not a Yeti zombie.
I don't know how that.
Oh, well.
We're gonna talk about your like insulting of my Sasquatch heritage, sir.
Oh, I keep mixing it up. It's not Yeti, it's Sasquatch. Dang. I gotta remember that.
Because I hate the cold. Therefore,
Hate the cold.
you are insulting me greatly.
But every time I see you, you're digging snow. I figure you're enjoying it and acclimatized to snow.
No, I want to destroy the snow. I am putting it in one specific area so I can get flames.
Well, to be fair, most of the snow did melt today because like we got a decent sized amount of snow yesterday, and when I went to work this afternoon, it was all gone. I was pretty happy.
Oh yeah.
So you got lucky. I had to dig myself out twice today.
Oh.
I had to do that yesterday at work. Like I literally my car was literally covered in snow like 3 times, and then I got stuck driving to work. So like 4 people luckily stopped their cars and helped me get my car out of the snow, which was really nice.
Yeah, Chicago has been getting a considerable amount of snow. But it was weird. It like melted crazy fast.
I'm just glad it was warm today. I was like, it's so warm. I was like, yes.
It got up to 42, man, warm.
Yeah, when 42 is considered warm, we might have a problem.
No, it was
Oh man.
42 is pretty nice right about now.
Exactly.
Oh man. Okay. So we have the ADD of a small rabbit or maybe a squirrel. Maybe a squirrel?
Well, we were talking
these
about
squirrel
squirrels
people?
earlier, so we should probably stick with the squirrel thing.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the squirrel thing this week.
And I still can't find my root beer. This is slightly terrifying me.
I drank it. It was delicious.
I swear to God, I'll kill you.
And Jackson's been cleaning his room, getting ready
Ja-
for
Jax,
videos.
Like the amount you say you kill me is so high.
Like your death rate is skyrocketing every single time you threaten my root beer. Like,
But you
it
know,
goes up
I
my
was
nose.
joking good fun, and I did it.
I know, and I won't destroy you as quickly as it sounds.
What?
Root beer, I found you!
Oh.
Yay.
The closet demon relinquished it because I'm pretty sure it's mad you're destroying its habitat.
I love you, root beer.
It feels like it sounds like you're chewing on the bottle.
Nom 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 nom. We have a 6-pack of 20-ounce bottles of root beer, A&W brand.
Is that something Jax might enjoy?
It
It
is
will be
pure
gone
Jack's
within the
over.
first hour. It will be gone within the first hour.
I would try and take a bottle, and which will probably get me killed.
I will probably eat your hand.
I get one bottle, Jax.
Yeah,
I know.
I can't have one bottle, really.
Caleb can't. Seneca can.
I bought it. I better get one.
I'm gonna try and get one.
And then you're gonna lose a head. You're not hearing the losing of limbs part.
If you underestimate my speed.
You underestimate the fact that you are in a smaller environment. Therefore, I don't have to run. I just have to jump at you.
Sasquatch.
Well, what small environment are we talking about?
If you're at our place, you're confined to the
Oh, okay.
yes. Or
Like,
if
Well,
you were-
I figured we might be meeting out in like a public area, not at someone's house
you'd escape.
per se.
You will be at a not public area, which means you will be in my territory, and no one will find the body.
Oh, sweet. I found $10.
But it's not territory. Technically, now it's in Seneca's territory.
Oh man. But
No,
wait,
internal housing is my territory.
you know what might appease the Jax is
Well,
writing. Like you like to tell stories, don't you, Jax?
I do.
So we've been working on the stories for us for the children's of the world.
I'm
And
not
that
sure.
unleashed Jax upon children.
I'm about to say that seems like potentially the worst idea you could ever have.
But you said you're doing it. It's written right here. It says rampaging on the forge, working on written projects. At least for
I'm
adults.
pretty sure I wrote revamping.
Oh, revamping. Oh, revamping the forge. Wait, what's going on?
Well, again, since I'm gonna have to be doing recording soon, I figured why not? I'm gonna actually fix up my forge.
Oh, that forge. Because you called this the forge. You crazy.
Hey, they're both the same thing, technically.
Okay. No, wait,
Yeah.
no, they're not. We're not in your garage of frozen tude.
Hey, it is not frozen. Well, it is.
It's
But-
totally frozen and like barely able to get into.
I'm glad the
I
cast of
think
Frozen
that's
came and
pretty
visited you,
important.
Jack. So you could have a Frozen garage. I mean, I'd gladly take a Frozen themed garage.
I've literally just started taking a hammer to the doors.
His house is encrusted in snow and ice, which is great because that means he's trapped it forever.
So how did you get Elsa to come to your house, and can I get her to come to mine and make me snowmen?
He lured her in with a Frozo cosplay.
I told her that I had her. No, I told her that I had her Articuno hostage, and in order to get it back, she would have to challenge me to a duel.
So many bad Frozen jokes.
I'm gonna keep making them.
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm
So
going
you're
to turn my headphones off.
But But anyway, no.
I
there's
feel like
that,
making a lot of Mr. Freeze puns here from the really
I
great
know.
film.
No,
Why
Mr.
not? Put
Freeze,
the icing on the cake.
No, that is going too
Oh
far.
God, I made a pun too.
Yeah, you did. Totally a pun.
Dang it, Seneca. Why did you make a funny?
Ah.
Jax, you need to chill out, man.
Damn it. No,
Ah.
bad people.
Kick him from the show. He has made too many ice puns. Quickly, before he needs a suit. But anyway.
So, you've been working
No.
at the garage?
Well, pretty much. That, and I figured I might as well revamp the room as well. But
There are evil goblins living in your closet.
the evil goblin living in my closet is not evil. He just doesn't have marshmallows.
Oh.
I've been too poor to give him marshmallows.
Like I hear Seneca counting her money in front of me, just making us all feel bad about ourselves and our not moneyness.
What are you talking
No,
about? I was
$10.
just getting all the coins out of my pocket.
No, if we
$10, $10. Oh, look, a $1 million bill. I'm going to put that on as a hat.
So what are these written projects? Because I'm sure everyone wants to know what you're writing here.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
I
Probably.
do.
Okay, fine, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay, one being, because you remember that project that you wanted to do a long time ago?
I have lots of projects. Which
Wait.
one?
Wait, one you're talking about with me or one you're talking about with Chris?
Chris.
Okay, because you talked
the
a lot about me too.
Well, yeah, I had a project with you too. The written one with Chris, where he wanted to do the I Am a Cosplayer one, and he had one specifically designed for each and every single type. Like, there was one for swordsmen, there was one for ninjas, there was one for this and that and this and that.
Oh yeah.
I got bored/drunk and made an entire universe. So,
With these characters.
yes, with these no-named, unknown characters, and I got bored. And it's coming out pretty decent. I'll show it to you eventually, so you can actually see what I'm looking at.
Okay.
I don't want to give too many things away, but it is based heavily, because when I was writing this and while I was drinking,
That's
I was,
always a great recipe for writing.
yes.
Yeah,
I was
alcohol,
reading.
like alcohol, like has helped me during prep sometimes too.
Because it's like, oh my god, I'm going to punch this with a fist. And then out of nowhere, you somehow chisel out of wood a whole new sword. And it's like, oh, this worked.
He's the only guy I know who actually chisels with his fist.
It works.
I don't
That's
know.
all that matters. But no. I took a lot of homages from Lovecraft, a lot of Warhammer.
Mhm.
You'll like it.
I like it.
You'll
Are you
like
sure
it.
I'm not gonna hate it horribly and make you feel bad about yourself?
I'll make Seneca read it to you.
No. Okay, maybe because I won't read it, or I'll try and read it. Yeah, I don't, guys. I don't read.
That's why I'm like, Seneca, can you read Chris a bedtime story?
She won't read me our bedtime stories. She has a book of bedtime stories. She won't read it. It's a choose your own adventure bedtime story, and she won't read it.
Oh, he's talking about that Choose Your Own Adventure Hamlet book. Oh my god, he scared me for a minute.
I was like, choose your own adventure.
Actual
Yeah.
Chris, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't read you a choose your own adventure bedtime story.
Nah, he's always gonna make the people like die.
No, I won't ever. I
But then
can't.
again, it's Hamlet, so.
I'm pretty sure they're like to die.
That's not even a fair assumption. That's Shakespearean logic. Oh, Hamlet, they're all gonna die.
But the book is like humorous, so it has a lot of humorous endings and wizardry and stuff. So it's definitely not what you'd expect.
It does deviate. It's oh god, what's his name? Ryan North. It was from a Kickstarter, and the book went in all kinds of crazy directions, and I also got some T-Rex stickers.
Because T-Rexes appear in the story if you make the right decisions for somehow.
Okay, so let me get this straight. In Hamlet, and it's been a while since I've read Hamlet, so
No, it's been a while
your own
for me,
adventure, so it kind of goes off the beaten path and beats its own path, like right across your face.
Like, that's not even beating a path. That's just taking a friggin' flamethrower and cleansing the earth after a while. And scribbling on sticky notes and calling it grass.
Well, it does a little of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not completely surprised.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, it's a pretty funny book. I have like, oh, and there's a thing where it points out the actual way that you would go if you wanted to read the story the way it was written.
Oh, that's nice at least.
Oh, wait, do we skip? I think we skipped over conventions, except like Caleb's talked about the conventions he went to was Kitsukan. Or
Oh, Katsukan.
Yeah, I went to Katsukan, yeah.
no, we couldn't do anything this weekend because we had no money. It's also snow was getting away from.
Yeah, a lot of people
Yeah.
I heard like had their Katsukan delayed or truncated because of the crap weather that we've been having.
I didn't have any problems, surprisingly, driving to Katsukan on Thursday, now that you mentioned the weather. Like, once I had everyone picked up by like 5:30 p.m. on Thursday, I just drove straight there. I didn't have
Yeah.
any problems with snow or anything. Like, there was like a large amount of ice, like, Friday morning between 6 to 7 a.m., but like,
I
was
think it
still
was the
going
people
like
who actually
45
left
miles
and
an hour.
arrived on Friday.
Yeah, it was Friday. I was hearing some horrible stories.
Yeah.
Because I know like a couple people who rode on Friday pretty late due to it, and I was like, that's why I left on Thursday because it got rid of all my problems.
So we all know the Katsukan meme is, what is it, Jax? What's the meme?
Attack on Gazebo Con.
Yeah, gazebo. Yeah, it's like if you take a picture in the gazebo, you become cosplay famous, or at least that's what Tumblr is.
Oh, well, I
And
guess
somebody,
I guess I'm cosplay famous now, guys. I took a couple pictures in the gazebo.
you have to put your picture up on the internet or something. But
I haven't gotten my
Dang,
pictures back yet, but I did take.
somebody made a portable gazebo.
Yeah, that was.
There was a gazebo cosplay and there was a portable gazebo. There were two.
Yeah. People get
And then they somehow got pictures in the gazebo. So it was a gazebo and a gazebo.
in a
Yeah,
gazebo.
which is hilarious.
Okay,
But
good.
They also
Nobody
have a really nice fountain. That should get a lot more attention actually, because the fountain inside the convention center is really nice too, because it lights up and then like the dock area is really nice too. Like it's a really nice hotel.
Yeah. It's how many stories is that hotel? Because it looks like a lot, like 12 or something.
Yeah, well, one side's 12 and the other side's like 18 to 20, I think.
So metric shit ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like one side's a bit shorter than the other, but it's still a really nice hotel overall.
How's
Some
the
of the
elevator?
hotel rooms have balconies, some of them don't. And the other con that went on this last weekend was Anime Milwaukee. That's
Yeah.
A lot of Chicagoland cosplayers went to that if they didn't go to KatsuCon, and then some couldn't make it at all, which
Yeah. Rah.
I'm sorry.
I was supposed to go to Amki and I couldn't, and I was sad.
Yeah, I know a couple people who were sad. My next convention's ASEN though. I don't think I'll be going to C2E2. If I do go, it would be for a day though.
We like C2E2 is in the convention. What is the convention center called?
It's McCormick.
McCormick Place. Oh, that is such a hard convention center to get through. It's so huge, and there's. Have you been in there? Has anyone been in
I've
there?
never been there, to be honest with you.
I've just been around it, not actually in it, because we used to go up to this North Shore and walk around it and do, hang out cosplay things, but never actually inside the building itself.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But how do you even get in there? It's, God, me, Seneca, don't do much walking, but I can just shoot.
Walking is forbidden.
Walking is forbidden. It's just so huge. It would be tiring. And is there even any food? Does anyone know if there's a food or anything around there, or is it you have to do?
There probably is food around there, but it's either pricey or you have to walk a decent amount to get to it.
I mean, was it C2E2 is such a huge, like, you see so much awesome stuff there, but I don't know how I could swing that. I want to go, but I'm like, it's so hard.
Yeah.
And then they have a costume contest. It's supposed to be huge this year.
Yeah, because like if I do actually go to C2E2, like I'd want to get like a comic book costume done actually. And I'd want to do at least a decent job at it. It wouldn't need to be perfect, but
Yeah. What is it? So they announced the one big news I know about them is they announced a costume contest that's supposed to rival the what is it? World Cosplay Summit. Supposedly they're claiming.
oh my, that's a pretty large claim right there.
That's very.
Hold up.
cool.
Who said this? Because that is them's fighting words from.
C2E2 is claiming the biggest and most best thing in the world. It may be because they've got some pretty huge names being the judges, and then there's of course cash prizes. And I don't know, was it $10,000? I believe was the big number they're throwing around. Woo.
10K prize money? Damn.
For what?
Cosplay
contest?
Yeah, cosplay contest.
Oh, wonder who's being judged by.
Well, let's make a guess. Who do you think might be judging it? I mean, we got some intelligent people who might guess who might be doing that judging. Any names coming to mind?
I don't know anything about C2E2. I'm sorry, I've never been.
Well,
I'm assuming it'd be local, like, cause.
no.
Isn't it industry?
Yeah, it's industry. C2E2.
It could literally be like any famous person.
Well, there's a really was it? I'm not gonna say old, but established costume teacher, designer, professor, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, Han.
No. Well, Jahan, she is gonna be there.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Yaya was judging it, and maybe.
And yeah, she is. She's one. But there's also a professor of costume, and then there's
so it's gonna be like guild people,
No, it's not guild. They're
industry people.
industry. One of the guys is the guy doing the judging is industry. He's a movie house, a prop house guy, I believe. And then we have a professor of costume design, along with Yaya Han is gonna be judging that.
So actually, like, an instructor, a college professor.
That's what I'm reading this as. That's what I'm getting.
Oh, you're actually. Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I read it as. What was it?
Kristen Reed?
I look at the picture and it makes squiggles. But what is it? I think Ron has a post about it because you know how Ron puts up all the cosplay news.
Questions for you cosplayers. I'm sorry, I'm so yawny.
It's okay. That happens.
I don't know, but that's like I kind of tempted to go up there just 1 year, but I don't know. I'll have to wait a couple years, I guess.
I guess we may as well to get like all the Midwestern cons under our belt.
We're tested.
All I know is a 10K prize is nothing to scoff at. So
the thing is, with something like that, I'm not at that skill level. That's like industry skill level. I may as well just like bow out.
that
Like, people tell me I'm good, and I think I'm good, but I'm not that good.
I am not 10K good. I know that.
I have the resources or the skills to win $10,000 doing anything like having to do with cosplay. Like, if I did my best, I would still get owned pretty hard.
Yeah, like I think I'm above average, but I don't think I'm like perfect or anything.
It's really hard.
I'm a perfectionist, so I don't even know how good I am because people say I'm better than I think I am.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, that's how I am too. Like I don't think I'm that great, and everyone tells me like I'm really good. And like even if like a famous cosplayer, because like Electric Lady thought like all my costumes were really good at Katsucon because I did. She was part of my Cyborg 009 group, and we were talking, and like she liked my other costumes I did. I was like, I don't think these are the best. And she's like, they're like, you look really cute, you look good in them. I was like, okay. And then like Los Vlog was telling me the same thing, and so I was like, okay, like maybe I'm better at this than I thought. So, like I don't know. I always question my work, though. I'm always like really critical of my own work.
I don't know about y'all, but I suck. So
No, you.
10K
Oh, shut up! No, you don't say that.
Dude,
You're doing all right. You're doing all right.
Jax, you don't suck if one of your coworkers kids know about your work and you're decently.
No, that was terrifying. That was like the most terrifying thing to ever happen to me at a job ever. Like, I'm in training, and this lady's like, oh, so you do conventions? I'm like, oh, yeah, well, I do conventions. I've been doing them for years. She's like, oh, do you go to ACE? And I'm like, yeah, I go to ACE. And she's like, wait, are you Jax? And I'm like, oh,
Holy crap! That's
no. Like, how do you even know me?
Oh, you're Seneca. What? How do you know? When did this happen?
Oh, I know you. And then I'm like, if I said yes, do I still have a job? And she's like, yeah, that is the most fair question in the world, because she said it in such a way that I'm like, I don't know if I pissed off you or your children, but I'm sorry for either one. And eventually she's like, oh, no, my kids are fans of your work. I'm like, what work? What do I do?
You've done some fun stuff. You do a lot of fun stuff.
I do a lot of terrorizing things. That's mostly what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So to hear someone say that out of the blue, and the fact that this lady now has my checks on the line, I am more terrified of anything than I've ever been in my life.
And before she starts withholding your checks because you're making props for her kids for Ace.
Like,
Make them good off. She has you by the paycheck.
Literally has me by my paychecks every single week. I have to go to her, and she's like, "Oh, are you getting ready for Ace?" I'm like, "No." I just want food this week. Is that okay?
Oh, poor Jax. Why can't everyone just love the Jax?
It was terrifying.
Oh man.
I cried a little bit.
I don't know. What is it? The other con, of course, this weekend we said was Anime Milwaukee, and
Yeah.
It's a little different than other conventions because it has what is it? More like adult events, which you don't see as I don't see them very much at other conventions.
Well, what I liked about KatsuCon is that it had 24/7 panels, so they had panels going the whole entire time, which I thought was nice.
Oh, what I mean is they have area for drinking in cosplay, like a cosplay bar.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, yeah, it's you don't see that very much. Well, it's Milwaukee, so beer and you think that's mostly inspired.
I just
So
found
let
the
me get
picture
this straight.
of the gazebo in the gazebo cosplay.
Yeah.
I could think of.
So let me get
Yes,
this
I was-
straight. Let me get this straight.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to Anime Milwaukee,
Yeah.
dressed up as a character that is known for being in a bar, and just sit in a bar.
Yes, you can.
You can do the same thing at ColossalCon too, and they have a bar and a hot tub.
What is it like? Is that separate from the event, or is it actually like part of the?
It's part of the hotel.
Oh well.
I'm about to say,
But
cosplay
you're allowed to walk around the whole entire convention openly with alcohol.
Ooh. That's different.
And like they sell big goblet-sized alcoholic drinks for like $22, and like refills are like 18. But it's still delicious and worth it.
Knives.
Uh-huh.
We have work to do.
I loved ColossalCon last year. It was great.
I have to get my pimp costume done like ASAP now.
I basically plan on cosplaying a JoJo's character and getting drunk all weekend, in addition to a couple others that people have asked me to bring.
Okay, let's point this out now before we start losing people. We do not advocate public drinking or
No.
public drunkenness at all.
Yes,
Pause.
if you do drink, do not drive and be safe, and please use your head. Don't do anything.
Drink responsibly.
Okay.
Yeah, drink responsibly.
No.
All right,
Okay,
we're
now
off
that
the line.
Now that public announcement is done and our AA requirements are set,
We'll talk about the other very much unique sort of event that's going on at Anime Milwaukee, or happened at Anime Milwaukee.
Was there ham?
No, there wasn't. I don't think so. So sometimes you want to take a photo shoot, right? You get your designated areas for shoots, but sometimes the categories are a little bit more adult oriented. So they had a location and time slots for photography to suit adult needs.
So let's say there was a
Interesting.
photo shoot. They would actually have it later in the day so that kids couldn't see it.
I think it's in its own room. I believe that's how I read it correctly.
So if you wanted to do like a bondage photo shoot, you could do that.
If you look on your Facebook wall, you might see some of our friends in exactly what you just said.
Well, I can know of one of someone in an Attack on Titan costume in bondage, and that was taken at Kazukan. I was like, really, guys, really? It's like, okay, but
Okay, I'm going to be doing some awkward Google searches in like 10 minutes.
No.
If you're friends with Emra, you can just like see her in the photo in bondage
Jack's
in
hands
a
up,
bed.
and where we can see them.
If worst comes to worst, I'll just link you the
You
photo.
can't see my hands.
If worst comes to worst, I'll just link you the photo once the podcast is done.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you wanted the more risque sort of fare in photography, they had an area for you. Oh, I kind of want to see what came out of that actually.
You and me both, because that's...
We're well over the age, so you kiddies, no, bad for 18 plus. I guess, I'm not sure. It probably wouldn't even. It probably wasn't even all that bad. I'll be honest with you. It probably was just like panty and stocking cosplays or some shit like that, you know.
I missed the panty and stocking stripper pole dances.
Wait, was that a thing?
Yeah, there were actually people at one con that did a live demonstration of proper stripper pole dancing while dressed up as panty and stocking.
That's hilariously awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
It was the coolest thing I have ever seen. Plus, they did it to Fly Away Now. I dropped everything and bowed to the heavens.
You can send me that link. Not. We're not putting it in the description, by the way. You can.
We are not putting... Well, actually, it was not risque. It wasn't risque. It wasn't risque.
No, it wasn't. Okay. It's still interesting,
Yeah.
at least. Yeah. Oh, man. I haven't seen like a full-on like adult kind of drinking and other activities since Reactor. I don't know. There is, of course, Yumicon has a liquor store that's open 24/7, which is amazing. But otherwise, I don't know.
It was my happy place for a while.
I didn't. I've never been to that liquor store. I should have gone. I feel bad.
Okay, Caleb, the only time I ever grabbed your butt was after I came from the liquor store.
Why do people want to keep on grabbing my butt?
No, that was the only time. That was the only time, and that was because I
Only
needed
time
to like
so far.
rage quit.
Only time so far.
I never wanted to. The only reason I did it was because I was completely wasted and I needed rage quit powers. Now, let's see.
I guess
it could
that a
happen
compliment?
again. Is all I'm saying. If you get drunk.
It isn't within the realm of possibility.
And I might have taken a butt
What
picture or two at Katsukan. I will now. I'm not going to confirm or deny this, but I'm just going to say I might have.
Do you want your Facebook group page to come back?
No, I don't. I do, but I do have my April Fool's Day prank this year is ass theme, but I do not want my page back. I can state that right now.
See. Well, let's see. I'm trying to find this pole dancing video for Chris.
Oh dear lord.
Oh, it was at Expo. I forgot. Yes. Oh no, it was at Otakon too. Crap. How many places was this?
It could have been. Well, if the same person traveled, it could be at both.
Yeah.
I know they're both pretty bad. Their conventions.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good performance, one way or another. But anyway. Like, the one I remember was they did it to Fly Away Now. So.
Well, of course they'd be doing it to Fly Away Now. What else would they do it to? That's the transformation
Champion?
music.
They could have done it to Champion. I Want You.
Champion kind
Chocolate-
of makes sense. I'd give you the other. I know.
Chocolate Dildo. Like, there's like 14 different songs that are practically stripper songs.
Uh,
And Fly Away Now is just the most infinite I found one.
Because like Fly Away is the song I immediately thought of.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, they
like
could have done other songs from the soundtrack, but that's like the signature one
Oh, well,
that
this
like
is-
people use it for.
I forgot when they were was it promoting Panty and Stocking? They actually had a poll out there for cosplayers, not just like Panty and Stocking cosplayers.
No. These were actually.
No, I
professional-
know what you're talking about. I heard
professional
about that.
dancers.
I do remember seeing like various cosplayers upon the poll.
No, yeah, I've heard and seen pictures of that poll that you speak of.
Like, that was a legacy poll, man.
Oh,
That poll was magic.
so then I guess, what are you doing this week, Jax?
So besides working on that stuff that I said earlier,
What stuff? Oh yeah.
I am, since I now have a job, I can now fathom designing Regirock. So,
I could be Reggie Steel.
yes.
We need a
So
Reggie.
does that make
Need a
you?
Reggie Ice.
Does that make me Reggie Eyes?
If you want to, yeah,
Reggie Ice.
we want Reggie Ice. We want somebody to be Reggie Ice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I know
these
Sonny-
Those are like actual mech suits we're making.
I'm gonna make
Suits.
complete suits, like realistic. I could feasibly make like a foam board one that we could just stick whoever the fuck we want in there. But
Yeah.
that's if I'm feeling like making two costumes.
Yeah, right now it's like we're doing it technically for the challenge, since now I can actually afford it.
Iron Cosplay Challenge.
Yeah, and that means I have to actually do my badge eventually. Well, I should have the badge still floating around here.
Yeah.
I should have my original beta for it, but no. For those that don't know, Knives created a thing called the Iron Cosplay Challenge, and he lost his first match.
I broke my wings. You shut up. I will get my revenge.
Wait, what was the first Iron Cosplay Challenge that Knives lost?
Him versus Sonny.
Yeah, Sunny won because I fucked my wings up.
What did you have to do specifically for the challenge?
So it's how in like an Iron Chef, you have to do something and then there's certain things you have to follow.
Yeah.
That's basically how it works. Is that there's a challenger. I was just challenging people whenever, and let Sunny choose the material, and Jax chose the material this time. It was foamies.
His was foaming, and mine's insulation foam.
So it had to be, what was it, like at least
75%.
75% of that material. And then you had to bring it by the deadline, and then basically I had a Kill la Kill costume and I scrapped it like last minute, and I made a new one and it fell apart and it was no good. But it was. Were you there for Renji's New Year party?
Yeah, you're the one with the wings, right?
Yeah. So that was right after, what con was that?
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. I was supposed to do it for Apocalypse, but my wings just totally shattered. Like that morning, I pulled them out of the shed at like 8 o'clock or something, and it was freezing out, and the wings just all the paint cracked on them. I said, screw it.
Lesson of the day, guys.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not put foamies in the cold.
I think it's foamies and paint.
Yeah, you don't want paint in the cold either. Paint in the cold's a terrible idea.
Oh man. Yeah.
Speaking of, thou shalt not paint foam and leave it out in the cold, Caleb. Did we learn this lesson quickly?
I hadn't painted it. I just took the sword to your house and it broke. I hadn't painted it in months.
No. I'm saying at like the both of us on that one, because that was kind of hilarious.
Well, like I hadn't painted. Like last time I painted it was in the summer. Like I hadn't painted that thing in months, and like you just left the foam in your garage and it broke. Like the sword was made and all, it just broke. But like that's why for my glove for Cyborg 004, like that's why I did everything inside.
Yeah.
I got a box. I made like a little spray like station in my house on a box. I put a hanger and a clothespin on it so I could hang the glove and then spray paint it. It's still set up. I could probably take a picture of it. Or did they take it down? I don't remember anymore.
What was it? I've been banned from spray painting the house. So I can't, like, I gotta seriously wait for warm stuff. I got boxes of things that need to be painted. I can't paint in this horrible weather.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't expect you to. That's understandable.
Unfortunately, none of it's late, but it's, I wish I want to move on. I got other stuff to do, you know. But that's what I'm hoping to do is paint this week. Also, I have glass armor from Skyrim's.
That'd be fun. Now for your Iron Cosplay Challenge, when do you guys plan having these things done by? Or what was the deadline you guys agreed upon?
Well,
the original was in January.
But Jax has no money, and I'm not going to hold that against him. So technically, I don't know. But whenever Jax is actually feasibly able to challenge, I'll take him on. But I could.
Because now I guess I need to figure out what I'm going to make a Reggie ice out of.
Yeah, I mean, if you want it, we could make this a 3-way battle.
We could.
Like,
it wouldn't be hard at all. Like, I don't know if you've worked with foam before, but
that's what, you know, that 6 huge foot sword that I have.
Yeah.
That's all insulation foam and PVC pipe and some cardboard.
So I mean, Reggie Ice is all angular. It would be perfect for it. You know, you just have to make the just stick together.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I wouldn't say Asen because Asen we're all gonna be kind of busy. So
I would totally do it for Asen, but I don't know you guys.
Well, like my con list goes Asen, Colossal Con, then Anime Expo currently. And, I'll throw SoyCon in there too. But like that's still like 4 conventions really fast. So like if I was gonna do this, it'd probably be like around like Ramen Con-ish, because like that's what I'd be free. Like Ramen Con, Yoma Con-ish.
In that case, we could do it for Asen because remember we were gonna carpool and use the
truck.
That would actually be the 2 big costumes that could fit in the back.
Yeah, we'd have to get a tarp because remember what happened the last time we did that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a tarp and a crap ton of locks.
Well, we just make sure it's tied down really well. And
but yeah, if I had to use like insulation foam, then yeah, I could do that because like, yeah, I'd have to cover it in gesso and glue and stuff before I could paint it. But like gluing it together and making it wouldn't be that bad.
No, that's not too bad.
Because it's pretty angular and pointy, and then you have the yellow circles for eyes or dots or faces or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's braille.
Yeah.
All their faces are braille because that's what you use in the game to unlock them as braille coding. So,
actually. Yeah,
no, like to actually get them in the game, you had to like solve a bunch of riddles in braille, and then once you solve the riddles, then you could go catch them, and like their faces have braille on them. So yeah,
I skipped over those particular. I do like every other Pokemon game. Yeah.
Gen 3 is my least favorite Pokemon. I'm a huge fan of Gen 2 and the Gen 2 remakes because I loved Gold and Silver a lot.
Gold and Silver had a lot of good. Yeah, Gold and Silver was good. What was it? I still like Torterra and Bulbasaur. Those are my favorites.
I am forever a Vulpix fan. So.
Yeah, I love Charmander and the Charmander line a lot. That's one of my favorites.
I don't care if Bulbasaur is a terrible Pokemon.
Surprisingly, no. I mean, Bulbasaur has
okay. Ninetales is doing okay too.
Well, it has some serious.
They're all technically doing okay in the current video game meta in 6th gen.
Yeah. I mean, okay, there was this whole massive study that Squirtle was the best starter. I still say that's complete and utter bull.
Well, it gives you a good first win, easy, and then after that you can do whatever you want. Bulbasaur gave you 2 first easy wins, but it has some serious, like with poison, you 4 times damage against ice, and a lot of fight. It just is. It's pretty easy to kill. I'm talking meta, I guess. No.
Well, bubbles are should be 2 times weak against ice because of poison. Poison isn't weak to ice, only grasses.
Oh, it is? I thought it was. What is it 4 times weak to? Steve?
Psychics 2 times, fires 2 times.
Oh, wow. Raw.
It's weak to flying 2 times. I don't think it's 4 times weak to anything.
You know what? I'm also as far as me working, I'm still waiting on Kaysen to mail me that Megazord.
You're waiting on the Megazord. I'm waiting on like 40 different things.
Cause like, I'm looking into making a bow and arrow, Madoka's bow and arrow. That's what I'm looking into right now.
That's not that hard. I thought I sent you the design for that already.
No, but like I'm looking into making like a couple Madoka things.
Madoka. That was a good show, but
yeah, I mean, I have my hang-ups on it, but
yeah, I think
all in all, it's a very excellent show.
I blew Jax's mind the other day by revealing that the witch was actually the time Lolita.
Yeah, no, because I was ranting on my theory because I've only seen Puella Madoka Magica.
You only seen like episode 4 or 5, right?
No, I've actually completed the series.
Okay.
I just haven't seen the movies.
All right.
Okay, my big thing was when they kept saying that the big witch was coming, my mind kept saying, okay, it's going to be Madoka. It's going to be Madoka because that's the only thing that's logical at this point. But then he actually pointed out the fact that, oh, wait, everyone knew exactly when this witch was coming, and this witch pretty much, the one girl, Time Doka, could never beat her. So it's like, oh, this actually makes absolute sense. I hate the fact that it makes sense, but it makes sense.
What was it? Yeah, the evil witch is 1 jump ahead of the time person. I'm really tricky with names.
I call it Time Doka.
Just
Oh, you mean Homura?
Yeah, her. Yeah.
Time Doka.
Yeah, it's her. It's she's fighting herself continuously, and she can't ever beat her because she's always 1 jump ahead. And if you look at the witches when they go bad, they go all their powers are related to their wish. So her wish was obviously to save her from being a magical girl. And what's the attack of the time witch? It's magical girl.
Time to months.
No, she actually launches magical girls at you, and her style is a clock, and it's upside down. For
She has a certain day and time that she shows up.
Yeah, so essentially it's a time paradox BS thing that you run into where she's her own worst enemy. She causes the thing herself.
Also, there's the whole fact that in the final episode of Madoka, Madoka herself, she gets like the god White Wings, and then Homura gets like it's hinted that she's going to either become evil or become like an anti-verse Madoka, because her wings become black as night, and she gets like an inverted coloration of Madoka's bow.
So are you gonna do like how many bow versions are there now? Like 3? Are you gonna do the movie version or the 3rd movie version or the TV?
I'm deciding that currently, actually.
Yeah. Right now, there's like so many props I want to build. I might.
Yeah, there are a lot of props I want to build because like I want to make a prop for Caesar for Katsuka, and I want to make Yang's weapon for Ruby. I want to I have a couple different ones I want to do, but it's all like figuring out like my final costume selection, and that's the problem right now. It's finalizing everything because I'm being so.
You got work, you're tired, everything. Job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
What is
oh wait, it's midnight. Yay! I get to read. But no. No. Every time at midnight, I always read Dumbing of Age before I go to work. I am a friggin' Dave Willis fan, hardcore.
Damn it! I want to do that progress So, Caleb, I don't know if you know, I've never made a big project like in years. I just haven't bring anything big to the conventions. So I was hoping, you know, the way I do things is I do them in like a week. All my convention stuff I do it in a week, and I need to break out of that. So I was hoping to make the full Dragon Megazord, but I'm waiting.
Wow.
So I'm not gonna do it all in 1 week. I'm just gonna do a little bit, a week at a time.
No, that makes sense because I like to do my props over like the course of like a couple or so weeks, maybe even a month.
Yeah.
Because that way you can like like plan your spending better, and if you have time that takes a long time to dry, like 24-hour glue, like that, because like that's what I made my huge sword of. I used 24-hour glue and I did glue it a couple times, so it made it take a long time.
We might have found a new glue for insulation foam. We'll do some testing. That reminded me.
Oh, new glue.
Oh, I'm
Is it
intrigued.
cheaper?
It's cheaper. We have to see it's caulk that's formulated for the sheet pink insulation.
Oh, nice.
So it's
That means the mess factor is lower.
Well, that's what I used when I made my sword. I used a caulk called Liquid Nails.
Well,
Yeah.
liquid nail is like the go-to for everyone.
Yeah.
If you don't know, what you're doing, it's either you're going to use Gorilla Glue or liquid nail.
Yeah,
really
yeah,
glue on
basically.
foam? Are you nuts?
Thing is, the liquid
Yeah, it's
nail
kind of crazy.
actually eats foam a little bit.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
why I said the
it does
go-to
glue
if you
it
don't
all.
know.
Is Liquid Nails, yeah.
But so like the only adhesive that doesn't damage in some way, even just a little bit, foam that we've found like so far is insulation 78.
The strongest adhesive, because I mean you could use wood glue, but it takes forever and it doesn't set in the middle.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, there's some. It works really good. But we're gonna do some testing on this new stuff. It's something like L300 or
Loctite, I got a picture of it. Hold on.
E300, I think. Yeah.
Something like that.
There's a whole presentation about it at Menards. At Menards, there was like a little video. It was like, hey, check it out. It's stuff that doesn't eat foam.
Yeah, Loctite Proline 300 for foam board. And it specifically says it won't melt or burn foam, which suggests that other formulations of caulk actually does eat foam. At least a little bit, because I remember using liquid nails and I had a couple of like dings in my foam finish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any problems with mine, but or at least not yet. So
Like the cavitation. I'm not gonna. Whatever.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into foam chemistry because
We could later when we talk about the material of the week, which Caleb gets to choose. Yay, Caleb!
wait, I do?
Yeah, I sent
It's
you.
Well,
kind of a tradition at this
I
point.
guess gets to talk about their favorite material because we have our stuff and we can talk about it all day.
But yeah, you get to choose, so you get to put a lot of input into our program.
Oh my.
Oh, the pressure's on.
Pressure is indeed on.
What?
The battle intensifies.
But I think that's about it for me trying to do the Megazord. And doing something big again for hopefully Asen. Maybe it'll be done. Maybe. I don't
I'm
know.
about to say, we don't have that much room in the truck.
It won't be that big. It'll only be 10-footer, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
people do that on a regular basis. People just do 10-foot cosplays, Chris.
8-foot? Is that okay? I
I'm
don't
about to say, I'm saying, if we're going to be doing Reggie Steel and Regirock, and in that, I'm going to have to start making some custom boxes just so that we can actually have a secure method of transport.
Yeah.
that we need to figure out how tall these are going to be so that we can match.
I want a GIF, or a video.
Doing Asen, remember the 6-inch rule?
I just want to see. I want a video of Jackson with like one arm leaning out of the truck, and then like the 3 costumes in the back, just like chilling out in the in the back of your truck.
Just like, so guys.
Yeah, we're going to a convention.
Yeah. No, get pulled over by the cops. So what's going on? Well, I'm I'm just bringing my friends to the con. I swear, if I ever get pulled over by a cop, this will be the one time where I will find a way to put a marionette hand in the back of Regirock's arm so it can just wave.
I don't. Are you planning on putting your arms in there, or are you gonna marionette the Regirock one?
I actually do want to put my arms in it because that'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, yeah, I can see going. Yeah, that's probably fine. I know that Reggie Ice, it will be just fine because there's a perfect spot for your hole for your arm to fit in there.
Yeah.
Reggie Steel ain't gonna happen. I gotta puppet the hands.
Yeah, I can do it. The one big thing I'm gonna have to make is like a grip slot, as I call it, where I can just pop the slot open. That way, I can actually grab stuff. Maybe like on a hinge or something.
Yeah. Okay, well then I guess we'll all take a break and we'll be back with a message from our people that we made up in our brains. What do we call those people?
The Koreans? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Hallucination.
I don't know, whatever. We were ranting on. Okay, we'll be back. What? Enjoy the commercial.
Yeah, enjoy the commercial.
Are you a badass with a cold shoulder? Come to Slag Shoulder Lolly Emporium. We have all kinds of lollies for you to choose from. We got big lollies, small lollies, lollies. Yeah, guys, that's the thing. We have so many lollies for you to choose from. We are having a sale this week. Buy one, get two free. To think you're badass enough to handle more than one, come to Slag Shoulder Lolly Emporium off the corner of Sunset and Never.
From eating food and snacks and talking about food. And Jax could not have food.
You keep eating it.
I have delicious snackies right here, and Seneca has delicious snackies, and Caleb has delicious snackies. Oh, we need cheesecake, which we promised to Jax, but he is not being here in time to eat the cheesecake.
Okay, number one, that is unfair because I have no gas to get to you.
Cheesecake. It's an Oreo cheesecake.
You, sir, are a floppy dildo made of chub.
Oh my lord.
Yes, that's right. Chris is chub.
Oh god. Okay, so
Yeah, let's say we're gonna get back on the subject of chubs again.
damn it.
Yep,
That was the other thing we might have been talking about. But Caleb, you have chosen a material. What have you chosen?
I have chosen the material known as insulation foam.
Oh my lord.
Also known as pink or blue foam, depending
Indeed.
on where you buy your foam.
Yeah, depending on where
Or
you get it.
where you rob your phone, but we're not.
I've even heard in circles it may be purple.
Purple. Oh,
Yep.
wearing the hat.
Well, yeah, some of them are like an off purplish pink. I have heard that. So
No, I need to find this mystical purple foam.
Usually the ones in our area have the Pink Panther on them, so you
Yeah, mine has the Pink Panther in it too.
Best branding ever.
Mine has frickin' ew.
So I
I
mean,
guess that helps.
we've talked about this in passing, but never focused on it specifically, I guess.
But I mean, it's a good material to make props out of. I've made 2 or 3 swords out of the prop. It's very enjoyable. I use an X-Acto knife to cut with it and to cut out most of my swords, and then for some swords, I've used a kitchen steak knife to get a more rounded-ish edge for my.
Because that's how it's done.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, no.
It's so easy. You can pretty much use any kind of tool. We use just dull, old tools we wouldn't use otherwise with it.
Yeah, no, yeah, you totally can. And just be careful. Make sure you're obviously cutting on a hard surface so you aren't putting a hole in your carpet or whatever. And make sure when you paint it, you cover it in a couple layers of gesso or what's the other one?
A lot of people use white glue. I use actually
Yeah,
repair.
white glue works too.
It's just, I mean,
Let's see, covering foam.
I'm trying to remember
Depending
the
on
other
what you're
one.
making, you can coat it in even fabric.
yeah.
It's not model magic. What is it? Crap.
Mosh Podge?
Yeah, thank you. It's Mod Podge.
Mod Podge.
That's the other one that you can cover it with in addition to gesso and white glue. But basically, you want to do 2 to 3 layers of that, so that way, if you spray paint it, it won't eat through the foam. And
Yeah.
There's a ton of things that just want to eat foam.
yeah, and then I mean you can paint it with acrylic if you want to, but I mean depending on how big it is and what color you want, like it all depends.
Yeah, those big things, which is typically what I make out of.
Like you usually want to spray paint the bigger thing just because it's easier and saves you time. And then if you do get holes in your insulation foam, you can use spackle or plaster of Paris and fill the holes that way. You'll have to sand it a bit and then paint over again and do that a couple of times to make it look nice. But
Yeah.
that's what I've done if I do get holes in my foam and I'm like, this doesn't look so great. Then that's what I do. And like you can also use spackle and plaster of Paris on clay too. It fills out cracks in clay relatively well too.
I've seen people work with like fiberglass and resin and stuff on top of it too somehow.
Yeah, no, I haven't done either of those yet with it, but I could see it working. Like I could see the two well together.
Whatever you work with, just make sure it's not acidic in the least.
Yeah, exactly.
No acids, no acetones. And epoxy resins are a bad idea too.
Yeah, like the thing I have a problem with is even if say you get away with it and it only cavitates on the inside a little bit, then you might have like a shell that could easily be punched through.
Yeah, also it decreases the surface that it's sticking. So if you use a glue and it actually like eats into the foam, it's pulling back, so it's not making contact, so you have a weaker bond. So that's the problem with using glues that actually eat into the foam.
Now there is, well, I know I can do this technique, but there is a little bit more of a trickier way of like resining your foam.
Well, there is a kind of resin that I heard you can use, and then there's the kind that you can't.
So what would you get away with?
Well, I rotocast my foam, so
Yeah, we have talked about this in the past between us.
Yeah,
and
like-
Jax.
yeah, like you've actually seen a good chunk of the process that I've done before with it when I was still testing it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it comes out pretty good. The only problem is
It's heavier.
it's a little heavier. Maybe, like, I want to say about 600 grams more than what I'm used to.
By square footage, I mean, how thick is that? You could glass and all that, but fiberglass is pretty heavy too.
Well, Chris, you know that glaive?
The
The one I made.
Oh yeah, okay.
The person that I made it for, and it was kind of her birthday present, but she can hold it one-handed for probably an entire day and not notice it. It's still really
Interesting.
lightweight because remember, foam, since it's closed cell and since it's still really lightweight, you're not adding too much more weight onto it.
I guess.
Yeah, like the rotocast resin itself doesn't add the weight. It's the stuff that you're protecting the foam with that adds the weight.
Yeah, pretty much. And I like to make like the biggest thing before you even finish it, like put your coating on, is making sure it's a really clean finish so that you don't add all that weight on trying to fill in pots and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the only reason I put on so much was because I didn't know how hot the rotocast resin was going to get because I couldn't read German, and yeah, that was kind of a weird choice in my life. That's step one. Don't buy from a website if you don't understand the language that you're buying in.
Or if you do, have someone translate it for you so that it does know what it's saying, so that way you don't get ripped off.
Yeah, like I didn't get ripped off. I mean, I actually got a pretty decent deal because I was looking into one of the higher end rotocast resins versus this stuff, and since I didn't want too much, since I knew resins don't have that longer shelf life,
What is it?
I was like,
what is it? So heat, right? It was pretty hot. Typically, heat will hurt foam. Did it get that hot?
oh, it got blazing hot.
Didn't eat the foam?
It did not eat the foam.
What?
Okay. No, like I told you, the shell that I made around the foam, like the protective shell that I made around it,
Mhm.
it ate through at least 3 layers of this crap before it even started blinking at the foam. The worst it did was squeeze the foam when it started to like cool down.
Oh, so the foam didn't expand from the heat either?
No, the foam didn't expand at all. It actually started squeezing.
Oh, when it cooled down.
That's
Well, it is
interesting.
insulation foam, so it's
That's
still
true.
got-
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the other thing I guess we didn't mention. Heat. You can cut foam. In fact, one of the tools to cut foam is a hot wire tool.
Mhm.
So heat will destroy it after a certain.
But you can use hot glue on it too, to a certain degree. Like if it's not on like a pointy edge or anything, you can use hot glue on it and stick things to it if you need to that way.
Oh,
Well, yeah, but you probably want to use a low temperature hot glue.
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah.
But
I've gotten away with that myself too, just trying to fill in gaps and stuff. You put hot glue in there.
yeah, like if it's not too thin, if it's a decent thickness, you can usually use hot glue and get away with it.
Yeah.
But it's best to be safe and use a low temperature one just in case something goes terribly, terribly wrong.
Yeah. I mean, the worst, or if all else fails, I use liquid silicone, or silicone paste, and that kind of works out pretty well too.
Oh man, like remember like I had a 4-foot hammerhead. The hammerhead was 8 foot, or sorry, 4 foot. The hammer itself was like 6 foot, and that was 8 pounds. And I coated it in Styro Spray 1000. Have you guys ever heard of that?
No, I
God.
haven't.
Jax, you might have heard of it.
I haven't.
You have it because I can't handle it.
I hate you for this stuff because I have to like barricade the crap in my garage.
You don't have
And I
to barricade it. Just like
You could throw it away if you really wanted to, I guess. But it's good. It's like
Yeah. It's not toxic. It's just
it's totally toxic. There is like 100 toxic things.
no. The thing is like not everybody has a skin reaction to it, but if you do, it's not a one-time thing. Every time it touches your skin, it gets worse.
Oh yeah.
So if you're lucky enough to not have a skin reaction to it, then you're cool. You can use it. It's fine, but there's always that chance, especially if you're one of those people that have sensitive skin.
Yeah, one of the big things about it is it's a sensitizer.
Yeah, it sensitizes.
I started using it and thought it was amazing. For reasons I'm going to go into later, I guess, or after this. But every time I touched it, it would make a rash, and it just got worse and exponentially worse until I had a rash over my entire body for like 3 weeks.
Oh my.
Wait, you remember the Arades, the big red thing I had? Or
The
no?
one,
The
Yeah, the thing
the red
goes in my
Escaflowne mech.
Oh, okay.
That thing was coated in Styro Spray 1000, and the whole mech, the entire mech, every single piece of it combined only weighed 75 pounds.
Hmm.
And it had,
Wow.
but I paid for that and a horrible rash.
alright. Caleb, you remember that giant red thing that was in my garage that I told you don't touch it? It might make you itchy.
No, you
Yeah,
can touch it because
that-
it's protected by paint now.
The thing that I never touched, yes.
No, I touched it once and I started getting really itchy.
Yeah,
And one of the pauldrons got in the back, and when my neighbors moved out, they had a rat infestation. I still say that was... Anyway, the rats came over there, ate one of the pauldrons. I found a pile of dead rats with, like, red eye, like, near the eaten pauldron. I'm like, that's a sign that this shouldn't be touched by man.
No, okay.
That's definitely poison, though.
Yeah, I was about to say that just means you probably really shouldn't eat it. But
There's lots of things you really should.
The thing is like, okay, I was Chris's handler when he was wearing that the whole time. I had to put him in it. I had to take him out of it. I had to stick my hands in and walk downstairs with it. I came into contact with the part that was covered by paint and the part that wasn't covered by paint. When it cured and like after it cured, I don't have a reaction to it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
In the liquid phase, it's more volatile.
yeah, it's more volatile when it's like before it cures. After it cures, it's pretty much plastic. It's like cured resin. It doesn't smell. It, it doesn't have any chemicals besides whatever plastic is made out of. It's hard plastic. So it's cured. It's long since cured. It's years ago cured. So you could probably touch it. You definitely shouldn't eat it. Poor rats. they learned that hard.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It smelled like cookies. That's why.
It did smell like cookies.
I forgot. That's why they ate it.
And they died, and I had to clean up stuff with hazmat crap.
Yeah.
And
Cyrus made 1,000 smells like cookies. I forgot about that because we had some issues with like bugs when it was curing. That they just loved the crap out of it.
Oh yeah, you killed a poor praying mantis. It got like coated in it because it was trying to fight you while you were spray painting it. Yeah, it was a plasticized praying mantis. The poor thing. It was feisty though.
I didn't see it, and it was very intent on getting to the mech.
It was. And then when we finally saw it, it was like pretty much dead and frozen in place.
But the Star Spray is really like we put it in a hopper gun, right? And just sprayed it on there, and it was as hard as fiberglass, and it didn't hurt the foam in the least, which is amazing.
Yeah, it goes on like spray paint.
It was very strong, very smooth. It had like a candy coat finish. I don't know, Caleb, if you like, even if you use plaster or whatever, you'll have like an uneven finish. When it dried, it was shiny, like reflective in the sun. But I can't use it because it made me have horrible rashes.
And this is why it is barricaded in my garage and in my giant locker of death.
If you want to borrow some,
yeah, the bucket's a 2-part. It comes in a 2-part.
Yeah.
Hopefully Jax gets to use it and have fun with it, though.
I'll use it one day once I get like a full body hazmat suit again.
You don't really have to get a hazmat suit. Just get one of those full body disposable painting things, because if you get something that's reusable, you're gonna feel bad for spending that much on it. Just get one of those it's like a painter and glove, but it's like your whole body.
Yeah.
And that way, the coveralls. That's what it's called. And yeah, because you're gonna have to throw it away after you're done. It's not gonna be washable or anything.
Yeah, there's no recovering it.
Yeah, so skip the hazmat. Don't go all out. Just get a couple of like throwaway coveralls.
Alright.
I don't know if you had that kind of experience, Caleb, but man, whew.
That was a lesson. That was an expensive lesson because that styro spray was expensive.
Like $130 for
yeah,
a gallon?
with the shipping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now it's mine.
Sorry, we've been talking about our horrible experience, Caleb. So I know you made like swords and things like that, right? What? Caleb? Made swords? Did we lose?
Oh, my microphone was derping. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I've made swords out of it. Yes. Yeah, derping. D-E-R.
Oh, derping. Okay. I'm like, you're licking your microphone. What are you doing?
What are you doing licking the mic? Caleb, stop licking the mic.
I just made a spring noise to most of you guys. But no, I made Luke's sword out of the foam. I made Elisa's sword out of the foam.
Elisa and Luke from what? What's the?
Lisa from God Eater or Project Cross Zone. I made her huge 6 foot. Well, her huge sword from it. It's 6 foot 5 inches, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luke from Tales of the Abyss. I made his sword out of it. And then Jax and I remade the sword with wood and clay, with wood and the foam instead of clay and the foam that I usually did.
Because it angered me. It angered me so.
Yeah, that, and I hadn't worked with wood before, so he's like, "Oh, this is how you work with wood." I was like, "Oh, okay." It's not that bad, actually.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. I showed you with MDF. That was because that would have been the best material for that sword. The one thing I really want to change on that thing is like the paint job on the handle, because that was kind of a rough job.
Oh, it was totally a rush job. We did it in 3 days.
Oh,
yeah, that was like
this big red one for soy cup.
No,
that's Elisa's. Luke's. At least as I did all on my own. That took me 2.5 to 3 months to make.
The sword that we're talking about is the phallic sword of fallacies.
Ah. I'm just going through Facebook.
Yeah, there's like 1,001 phallic references in this sword, apparently.
Wait, for Luke?
You remember when I built it and Brian and one of our friends out of nowhere just started pointing out the fact that there was so many phallic jokes in the sword, and everybody just started making fun of the sword. It was like, oh well, now it's the phallic sword of fallacies.
There are two like black spherical objects on the side.
On Luke's sword?
On the one I had to make, remember?
Oh, sorry about that.
Rob.
So, wait. So it took you how many months to do this? It was like a couple.
With the huge red one?
Yeah, the huge red one here.
2.5 to 3.
What'd you coat it in?
I coated it in gesso, and then because the foam weighted a bit, I spackled it like 2 or 3 times and painted it, and then spackled it again and painted it, and then I sealed it with a crystal gloss enamel once I was done spray painting it.
Crystal glass enamel? Oh, was that why it's so shiny?
Yes, it actually is.
Is that triple thick stuff? The crystal gloss enamel?
Let me wait. Is it in my up here or is it downstairs? Because I used it on the glove. Oh, it's downstairs now. Crap! I
never mind.
remember, to be honest with you.
Oh. Does it come in a jar?
No, it comes in a spray can.
Oh, okay. Then that's not what I'm thinking about.
I can't find pictures of Luke's sword.
So that was solid foam and it held up. Usually, like those, I'd put some reinforcement in there, but it held up.
Well, there's a PVC pipe in there that's holding it all together. Well, there's PVC pipe there's like a 5-foot PVC pipe that goes through the middle of it that it's glued to. That I spent a lot of. That's why it took me forever to do it, because I did a lot of coats of glue to get it to stay the way it did.
What glue did you use there?
I used liquid nails, like I said. Like that's why it took 24 hours to dry. Because I was like, this needs to stick together if I'm going to be carrying around a 6'5" prop, and then. Yeah. So I got like 3 things of liquid nails. I opened them up. I used them over the course of a month, and I capped them. And yeah, it works. I need to. One of the half ovals came off a bit. I need to glue that back on with hot glue or liquid nails again. But like that's like an easy fix, and it shouldn't take too long.
Are those half ovals? I think are those the white foam, the styrofoam?
Yeah, those are styrofoam. Yeah, I bought a half styrofoam thing from Hobby Lobby and messed with it.
Okay.
But yeah, and then the bit at the end that forms like the hiltish of the sword, that's clay. Mm-hmm. But it's mostly the PVC pipe and the foam with a bit of styrofoam and cardboard.
Okay, cool. Oh,
it has gotten me a lot of popularity and recognition in the prop scene, as you too well know. As a lot of people have asked me questions about it, but that's okay. Everyone loved it, so I'm glad people love it because I spent a lot of time working on it.
Those big props. Well, I always like I have a fondness for big props.
I do.
I miss my Samehada. That was my happy place.
Yeah, and foam is usually the way to go for those kind of things. Otherwise, I mean, if that were made of wood, that would not be fun.
No, that'd be super heavy.
Oh man, what did I make out of insulation? My first thing I ever made out of insulation foam was a hoverboard that was inspired by Back to the Future.
I still love that hoverboard.
I love that. I love hoverboards.
I think we still have it in the car, actually.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh.
We kept it. Yeah. Even after the moving, I didn't let Jack.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna give that away. That's my very first big prop.
Jax would eat it.
No, I would not eat it. Remember I asked how she built it because I wanted to build.
The Marty McFly one, because yeah.
And that's what I was getting at about covering foam with fabric, because the bottom of that, it has the little metal hover plates, and the bottom of it is like a holographic fabric, and the metal plates are like a silver vinyl. And it's like looks like a really smooth paint job.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing was I wanted to build Tails Rider from Sonic Riders. So
Yeah.
I was actually going to model it from that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still intend to, but
what's
Tails
happening
was
with
kinda-
that? You should make it. You should not stop talking and make it. Make it now. Make it for us all.
Well, I need monies, so I'm working on getting monies. Once I get monies, I can do it.
Wait. Oh, is this the gold one that you're talking about? The other one you made?
Yeah. The 3-rider. Or it's not three. I want to call it 3-dimensional gear. No, it's like Extreme Gear. Extreme Gear. That's what it's called. Because I still want to do Tails, but with the new update for Sonic Boom,
because
I was like,
he wants to be
all of my. No, screw you.
Oh, for the new Sonic game, Knuckles looks so weird.
Jax wants
No,
to
okay,
so
I'll-
bad.
No, I don't.
Like
hate
I don't
Knuckles.
hate the design, but it's just gonna take me to get used
Don't
to.
make fun of it. Jax loves him so much. You sure?
No, my thing is, I'm growing on the designs. I'm growing with now because I'm paying attention to them a little bit more. Because Knuckles' design is kind of weird now, especially the fact if you look closely, he has digits on his fingers now. So it's not like a boxing glove anymore. It's literally fingers.
That is weird.
That is completely new to me, and that bugs the crap out of me. But again, it the way they're saying it, it's an Ultraverse version, so it's not the main universe. So I'm not.
They
that
would never get
angry.
away with that.
Yeah. Also, the one cool thing I found out about the series, or Sonic Boom in itself, is made by the team that did Jak and Daxter. It's not done by Sonic Team. So.
Oh really? Well, I like.
That kind of explains character
that
design.
makes
Well, I
a bit
mean,
more sense.
Is there anything left of Sonic Team?
Because that explains
no.
a lot. Well, like now that you say that like makes a lot more sense to me. Because like I like Jak and Daxter a lot. Because
Yeah,
I just
and the
played
guy
played through the first one and got all the achievements and beat everything again. And like,
Oh, you.
because I got a PS3 for on Black Friday, remember? And like I got the like the collector's edition set, or like, and but like I was like I'm looking at the design, well, like thinking back on the designs for like some of the characters, like yeah, that kind of makes a bit a bit of sense because like some of them were little interesting.
No, there's one really cool thing that I did not know. Well, until today. The guy that's running this entire project, he worked on a canceled game for Sega called Sonic Extreme, which a lot of people were saying that would have been the Archieverse game. So we're seeing a lot of stuff that was planned from that game into this game, so that's kind of cool. And the fact that he was one of the forerunners for Crash Bandicoot. So every single Crash Bandicoot game he had his hands on. So we're going to see some old school Crash Bandicoot homages. We're going to see some Jak and Daxter stuff, which means we're going to get open world. We're going to get proper platforming, and oh man, the stuff that they're planning for this game.
Platforming. Sonic does platforming.
He's always done platforming. I know it's fast platforming, but it's still platforming.
Like, we haven't had proper platforming in this game in a while, so.
I'm
actually
Mario when you're platforming. Feel
Yeah, I mean, you think Mario when you hear platforming because he does it slower, but to be perfectly honest, if you replay Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that entire game is like one massive platformer. Casino Night Zone is a platformer.
Oh yeah, well yeah, Casino Night's a big pinball. Everyone knows what Casino Night is.
No, people don't realize this either. Chemical Plant Zone, platformer. There's like the entire game is a platformer. It's just really fast paced. So, but the other thing, a lot of people were worried about Amy. I'm not worried about Amy anymore because they just released the fact that the biggest revamp for Amy is she's more empowering to women. Which means
Well,
not
I
gonna
could
get
see
the
that.
annoying voice.
I mean, is it gonna be like the whole love thing again, or?
Well, they can't take that away from Amy. That's
They
the
can't
one
take that
huge.
away.
Yeah, that's like completely rewriting Amy, saying, "Oh, if she's not in love with Sonic anymore, okay, done. Don't care about
the
suits
kind of girl that has snippets of hair.
Yeah, that you can't take the fangirl out of the series. That is just impossible. But yeah, they did say it's going to be toned down a little bit this time, which I'm okay with. The one huge thing is Robotnik isn't the main enemy.
What?
Yeah, Robotnik's not the main enemy.
He's a side enemy, or he's just a like antagonist, or
He's an antagonist, but he's not the main enemy. So that means
It's kind of like the Ice
King.
King.
Pretty much.
Rah, rah, rah.
Robotnik is the Ice King. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
he kind of like developed into that. I had seen that over the course of stuff.
Who's it with?
Like, he's really a nice guy. He's a gentleman. He's just a like kind of a megalomaniac.
Oh, that makes everything better.
Yeah,
Peter
that's the
just
game
loves him
version.
now.
Yeah, like back in the day in the comics, he was like the devil, like El Diablo incarnate, and then he actually did become the devil, and then it just got weird.
Oh man. So
Like the comics were weird for a long time when Robotnik was like pure-blooded evil.
So does Hyper Police have a comic too? Because I mean, you've been going through a lot of comics and manga recently.
Oh god, I love Hyper Police.
You know you do. That's why it's your throwback.
I
The
know.
segue.
Why would you bring up the point that it's a segue?
Because
You ruined the subtlety.
I did it. I pulled it, and you. Thanks a lot, Caleb. Ruined
you're
it all.
welcome. My job is complete.
You know what? I have a giant metal ruler right here. Someone's getting a spanking. But anyway. Alright, no, Hyper Police actually... Oh man, there's too many things I can talk about Hyper Police. It does have a manga.
I, a layman, have never heard of such a thing. What is Hyper Police?
I haven't heard of it till today.
Yes, you have. I made you watch it.
You did.
Anyway.
Well, obviously, it wasn't memorable if he doesn't even remember what it is.
Okay, everyone is a terrible whatever it is.
Okay. Alright, Hyper Police, pretty much, it takes place in, like, the far, far, far future. Humanity is near extinct to the point where we are actually put on the extinct or the near extinct animal list.
Mm-hmm.
So we are protected by demons and monsters and stuff as an endangered species.
Ooh.
So the world's not perfect. So instead of having one unified police force, they have a bunch of bounty or guerrilla police forces that work within the law. And that's what the Hyper Police are. Their sole purpose is to be bounty hunters. If a demon or a monster gets out of line, they get a bounty on their head, and that is where the private security forces come in.
Oh, that sounds neat.
I don't know. Like, it seems like poaching. If we were a endangered species, that'd be like poaching. Maybe is that what they're doing?
Pretty much. It's kind of it falls under that. If we actually look under proper terms, we are being poached. But
Delicious humans.
it's kind of cool how it happens. So let's say, because there's one character in the series that comes from the Meiji era. He got through time, and he's automatically put on the endangered species list, and he's put on as a relic. So he automatically gets like a high-rise apartment. He gets a stipend of like practically $500,000 a month.
Damn.
Why?
He's
Just because
he's like hyper pampered, but he's a samurai, so he doesn't even notice or doesn't care.
He's
about
from the
money.
feudal, like, rich people. Yeah, he's from that class. So
But he himself was poor back then, so this is kind of a change for him. Plus, he's married to one of the main characters. So she kind of takes advantage of that. The main characters, though, Natsuki and Batanen. Batanen is a werewolf. Natsuki is a cat girl.
well,
Yeah, I was reading about the cat girl. I read like a quick summary of
We
this
know you like
series.
the cat girls.
That is true.
Caleb is
But
pretty famous for loving the cat girls.
Yes, I also like cat girls. I do like cat.
Everyone loves cat girls. It's kind of a thing. But anyway, so she was his original rookie,
Mm-hmm.
and the story follows her adventures with him and Sakura, who I will never pronounce her full name because that will take forever.
It's the 20 syllables long.
Actually, yes, one of my cousins got the curse of getting her last name as a middle name. Like her parents
What?
hated her. Yeah, my cousin.
They were anime fans or something?
My cousins, well, my uncle and aunt are like hardcore anime fans.
Ah.
So it's kind of interesting. If she ever comes to a con, like she avoids them like the plague now. But if she ever comes to a con,
Zeninari. That's not that bad.
yeah, Bokusetsunamari. But if you actually look at it, and you're just staring at that name for a while, you're just staring at it like, how many letters is this? But yeah, it's anyway.
And it's good
I
stuff. People should look at it.
People, oh no, it definitely for several reasons. If you actually look at the English and Japanese cast, they are all stars now. Like, okay, let's see. If you actually look up
some names.
Give me a second.
you're saying all-stars, but who are these all-stars?
Okay, the voice actor for Sakura.
Okay. Sakura, which
she's-
Sakura?
Sakura Bokusetsunamari.
Ah.
Sakura. Because I have...
Dorothy
I used to have
Elias
a book.
Font?
She famous?
Dorothy
She is
Elias
an-
Font?
That's because out Googling you. You will never
My
win.
Google strength is infinite.
Her
I
Google
am
strength is
vastly
far surpassed mine.
The Google
That
face
I'm
is far
kinda
too
blood.
strong. Too strong.
Yeah, but
Much power.
Chiaka Shibahara and Dorothy Ellis Fawn. Dorothy Ellis Fawn, on the other hand, oh my gosh, she's done a lot of stuff. She's been in Amai Buddha, Ayoyoshi. She was Kelly in Armitage. Anybody that is a fan of Blackjack, she was Miss Oida. She was in Bleach for a while. And Big O, I think I said that one. Big O Luis.
Mm.
She was in Bobo 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 Bobo. Yeah, for Caleb, yeah, pretty much. For Caleb, she's 003 in Cyborg 009.
Oh,
Yeah, there are some big names in here. I'm looking at the Japanese voice actors. Toshiko.
Yeah, there are some huge names in this series. She's in Last Exile. She's in Love Hina. She was Nova and Rayer. Oh man, I can't even. This list takes forever to read.
No, it's okay. This is the absolute opposite thing I'm good at because I don't know any, but I'm like, well, I don't know who these famous people are. I'm not. Good.
Oh, the reason why I love Sakura, she was Meryl Streep.
Oh, okay.
okay.
I like the Triguns for some reason. Maybe, maybe I like Trigun a little.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Not like your name is like Knives or anything on certain websites.
They don't know that, but no, they do. But yeah, Botsman, on the other hand, has been in a metric piss ton of stuff. He was Kaya's Flame of Rekka, so that alone is saying something if you know me.
Mm-hmm.
He's also writer in Fate Zero now, so if you guys didn't know.
Okay, so what's the main plot of this thing? Is that they're bounty hunters, and then you have to save. It's like a Cowboy Bebop's kind of bounty hunter scenario, or?
Kinda. It's a lot more comedy. Like, frickin' Natsuki can't do her job to save her life, so she gets saved a lot by Sakura and Matsunen. But she does her job well. How should I put this? They have this weapon in the series called Parasites. They look like little electric mice. They're Pikachu before they're Pikachu.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And not everybody, but really strong characters are known to wield one. And
like 5.
She dual wields
Ooh.
effortlessly. So she doesn't. It's never really hinted at in the series why she can do it. Well, it is in the manga. I don't want to spoil. I'm just going to spoil it. Her mother is a god. Her mother is an Egyptian cat god. But
Oh, okay. All right, sure, why not?
yeah, in the anime they never explain this.
It's a comic.
But in the manga, it's like, oh, well, my mom was an Egyptian cat god, so herp derp.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad it's a comedy, because if it was, you know, one of those serious drama things that the demons from another world, I'm like, not another world.
Oh no, the series would not work as a serious series. The one thing I can say, oh yeah, I forgot her mother's actual name was Bast. But the one thing about the series, it has so much comedy at the same time. Halfway through the series, and even in the first manga, the company goes bankrupt and everybody gets fired. So they have to survive as like independent bounty hunters. Also, fun fact: the owner of the company is technically God.
What?
Like he literally says, "Oh, by the way, I'm God."
The writers should not do that. That's a bad thing that the writers do.
The owner of the company was God, and it's like, okay.
Well, I guess if it's a comedy, they can maybe get away with it, but I don't typically like when writers like put themselves in their work.
Like,
You know?
they make it such a joke because the guy is so depressed with his job that
Like maybe Nabashin can get away with that,
But does he ever show off like his ungodly like power and just like destroy everything at some point?
he never destroys everything, but he's not affected by anything. So at one point in the series, everybody is in like an alternate universe, and he remembers exactly how the universe should be. Hey, I created the universe. Suck it.
So it makes multiple cameos or a main character. Or
But he never lifts a finger to change it, which is kind of funny.
he's just kind of around.
Huh, interesting.
Because he's like, I don't really care. Like, you should change this back. But if you're, then you should change this back. But no. Oh yeah, the Sakura. Sakura is a 8.5-tailed fox.
None. What
What
happened?
happened to the other half?
Yeah.
Is the question.
Yeah.
Remember, when she was young, it's kind of a weird thing. When she was younger, she claimed that she was a 9-tailed fox, and then she was picked on and bullied by other spirits, saying that she would never become a 9-tailed fox. So it's kind of a stigma for her to become a 9-tailed fox, and it never grows. She always has like 8. At one point, it's like 8.5, 8 3/4, but it never becomes a 9-tail.
Aw.
So she still has a stigma from when she was a little kid.
So did it end when she this is over, right? So it just never happened.
It just never happened. She has kids, but she just never gets the 9th tail. She gets like a metric fist ton of tails, but she never gets like the ninth tail. Let's see. Oh, the reason she partners up with Natsuki is because she assumes if she eats a strong soul, she'll become a 9-tailed fox. So it's a running gag throughout the entire series early on that Sakura's trying to eat Natsuki, and Natsuki's thinking that she's trying to come onto her.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
That is kind of funny.
There's also the way to introduce her is she bites her butt.
Okay, well.
Like literally bites her butt.
Well, alrighty then.
We hear my turn.
Your turn is never.
Okay, so what have I been doing? I've been watching in my sleep Monster Rancher. So
I love Monster Rancher and I love the game so much too. They have it on Hulu too, so like you can watch all of it and it's beautiful. Go watch it.
Are you protecting the world from the evil Moo?
Moo is so cool, even though he's evil.
Yes, I am protecting the world from the evil Moo.
Okay. So,
Yes.
So, but
Or am I the evil Moo because I have the cow? Because I have a cow Kigurumi. I don't.
I had
Oh,
all
how
the
that
games
works.
except for the first Monster Rancher.
The one that was like a weird Prince of Persia ripoff.
Oh no, Monster Rancher. No, wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's you're on a ranch and you farm monsters. It's like Harvest Moon, except you're on a ranch, kind of.
Oh, there was one that it was like a. It wasn't like tower climb, but it was like a dungeon crawler where you were trying to get all the tablets.
Oh, maybe I don't have them. Oh, I guess I can't say have them all because I bet there's
I've heard of that one at least.
like there's
That one sucks so much balls.
there's probably like some Japanese releases I never heard of or whatever.
No, it's English. It's English.
But I have
Because-
like 1 through like 5, I think. Yeah,
Hmm.
or 2 through 5. Sorry, 2 through 5, and they're fun.
Yeah, you're not missing much with that one because you never use the monsters. That's what pissed me off the most.
What is it? Oh yeah. Oh, I also had like some Game Boy games or Game Boy Advanced games. It was a Game Boy.
Well,
game.
there's like a Monster Quest. There's like a Monster Rancher Quest, or it's like Dragon Quest Monsters or something, which I thought was fun.
Oh yeah, I had Dragon Quest Monsters. There's 1 and 2. I had the game.
Yeah, and then there's the
It's a dungeon crawler.
there's the DS one too that they made too, which is also kind of fun.
What was it? So yeah, Monster Rancher. I really liked it growing up. It was just fun training monsters. If you've ever played a game, you're given a monster and you're supposed to go out and find more monsters and train them up for battles and in arenas and go on adventures and gather. If you like Harvest Moon and you like what would be what other combined game would be good?
It was like the combat equivalent of Harvest Moon.
Yeah, it was like combat equivalent of Harvest Moon. Oh, the big hook thing that they had was you could take any CD or CD-ROM or whatever and you could summon. That's how you got all your monsters.
Use it to get a monster, yeah.
So, like, I would go through my entire house and just get every single CD-ROM.
That reminds me of Scanners, which is like when you get monsters off of like scanning like a barcode.
Oh, was it
Oh,
the
dude,
stuff.
I got kicked out of Kmart's because of scanners.
I was really interested in
Pretty
that.
sure you weren't the first.
Huh?
Pretty sure
Like,
you weren't
I
the
was-
first.
No, I was OP with scanners.
But wasn't it really expensive? And there's a reason why I couldn't get it when I was a kid.
It was like I got it for Christmas. I got the black one for Christmas, and I never got my initial monster because I threw away the original barcodes that they give you.
Oh man.
So I went along the game the hard way, and I was scanning, and I actually had to fight like really strong monster with only items.
Okay, I don't know. I've never played that game. I wanted to play that game, but I remember there was no one in my school had like any of that. Like it wasn't popular in my area.
Yeah, I think there was only like 3 kids in my school that had one. I had the black one, this girl had the pink one, and this guy had the green one.
Mm.
And
There were 5 colors, or 6.
there were 5 colors, 5 or 6, and I got the limited edition black one.
Ah.
But oh man, like these guys were like beating me to high hell and back because I didn't have my initial monster.
Mm.
So I had to capture one of the low level scan monsters.
Off a piece of broccoli or something.
Yeah, that's the sad part. It was like the reason why I was even able to compete with them was because I was in the veggie aisle.
Mm.
And I got like a piece of crap monster that I trained up and bulked the crap out of him, and then I was jacking monsters left and right. I think I played that thing for like 4 years until it finally broke on me.
Oh man, I'm
If
kind of.
you want one, you can get one on Amazon for $40.
That was.
Oh,
That's nice around.
Oh, we're
how much it costs. Yeah.
we're bringing it back. We are bringing it back.
So are you just gonna get one and then have like a tournament? That's not what I'm hearing.
If you got the extra $40. Yeah.
No, I was just
Dude.
throwing it out there for anybody who's like, what is this? And it's Scanners with a K and a Z, which makes me instantly hate it.
It's from the 90s.
Yeah, from the
I
90s.
think that's the only reason I didn't buy such a thing for my brother, because if there's a product out there and it replaces a C with a K and a S with a Z I instantly hate it.
Uh,
Also, too many X's. If you put too many X's in it, I instantly hate it, and I'm going to mentally boycott your product forever.
Because I know
So
my
you hate
That is
me?
necessary.
I know my brother had one, and it was basically like the next Tamagotchi
Yeah.
yeah.
after Tamagotchi.
Oh,
I think
also remember, they use the same technology that they did in the Digivices a couple of years later.
No, I have it. I have the Digivice because I have mine still.
No, no, I
You're-
don't mean the
okay.
Gen 1
He
Digivice,
said
I mean like
so
the Gen 2.
ashamed.
it's okay. We like Digimon. We all like Digimon here. It's safe.
Oh yeah, like God, I don't know anybody. Like no, seriously, if,
You guys get
if
the
somebody
Digimon
mentions
card game.
Digimon, you're usually like rabidly in love with it. I am dead serious.
No,
I have never met a person in the last 5 years who has mentioned Digimon that wasn't like, oh my God, Digimon. So don't be ashamed.
Okay.
Yeah, Digimon's awesome. But did you
Yeah,
guys get the
it
trading
is pretty cool.
game too? Or I got the trading card game.
I just never
Oh.
got into it because after my I had a 10-year-old brother around the age of Pokemon, and so I got monned out, and I never got into it for myself. Like any kind of mon, I was like, oh, it's a mon. No, I've had enough. I would buy
Oh,
these
no.
things for my brother, and I would just not stop hearing about them or picking them up all over the house.
Actually, the Digimon PlayStation games were pretty good. For-
Digimon Rumble
I
Arena.
don't know. I
I
got.
was
Go ahead,
Hmm?
Jax. Go ahead.
I was about to say Digimon Rumble Arena. I was curve stomping bitches with Gatomon.
I don't know. I was thoroughly unhappy. I think I got a PlayStation 2 one, Digimon game, and
Oh no, they're not so good.
it was there were like the Digi evolutions made no sense at all. Not even show sense. And all the sprites were like chibi form. They're all smushed down versions of what they should have been. And most of the time you spent in 2D and are really like the horrible corridors, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can,
Go ahead.
I was saying, I can actually explain the Digivolutions in the games because you have to remember that these are directly translated from Japanese to English.
Mhm.
So the kids in Japan understood the logic of Digimon a lot faster than we did because we only got the anime. We didn't get the mangas. We didn't get the books. We didn't get anything else. Digimon never have a direct Digivolution.
So they have a
That's-
choice in what they evolved in.
Right. It's like if they die, if a Digimon dies, they get automatically reincarnated as an egg. Then they can. Okay. They are limited to what type of Digimon they are. So let's say if they're a virus type, they can't become an angel type.
Mm.
But if you can become like a normal Digimon to a virus Digimon, but you can't go from a virus to an angelic.
So once you
There's-
take a step off of normal, you can't take a step off of that.
Right, like you
Yeah,
can
basically.
de-evolve. Like you can keep going up, but you can't like turn left after you go up. You have to go all the way back down and then go back up.
Oh, okay. So you have to turn back into an egg, and then you can say, "Hey, I want to be angel this time."
Yeah. So there really was no direct correlation of Digivolution. So Patamon was actually the most logical thing the show pointed out
Mm.
because he was never an angelic Pokemon or angelic Digimon. I almost called him a Pokemon. He might as well be. But it's the same thing with Gatomon. Gatomon should have never become Angelomon, but she does. Why? Because she's Gatomon. Screw everybody. She's Gatomon.
I'm a cat. I do what I want.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically.
It's just how it is. Because
Different
I mean-
levels of craziness, but I was always, I don't know. Digimon
Like-
was a whole different thing with me.
yeah, they have their Digivolutions are like have the freaking butterfly effect. One thing will affect it, but Gatomon was like Gatomon and Patamon were like the standalones that actually pointed out what the series was trying to explain. That everything is based around reincarnation. But yeah, I liked it because of that. Because you in the card, it shows even more in the card game where you don't have to become Angemon with Patamon. You don't have to make a Patamon Angemon deck. You can actually make a Patamon Garurumon deck if you really wanted to.
I did not. Well, I mean, shoot. When I was exposed to Pokemon, and I'm like, this makes no sense.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people like. Me and my cousins bought the game. Like, we splurged to get this game, and then we were pissed. Then I started thinking about it, and then I started reading the manual.
I mean, well,
You're like, oh wait, they're not the same game.
I mean, the dot hack games were kind of grindy, but they were at least way better than. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. But never mind. The one Digimon game I got was super bad, and I didn't want to play it because it was just corridors of fighting the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah, that was a sucky thing about the Digimon games on the PS2 because we lost a lot of the coding in the translation.
Yeah, that's the problem, unfortunately.
I don't know if you like Digimon. Which one would Caleb? Which ones were the good Digimon games?
Digimon Rumble Arena.
Digimon like World 1, Digimon World 2, Digimon World 3 were like the ones I liked on the PlayStation.
On the regular PlayStation, right?
Yeah, PS1.
You didn't like Digimon Rumble Arena?
I don't think I ever played that one. That's why I can't say.
Dude, I'm buying a copy. I'm buying a copy. We're playing it next time you come over.
Sounds fine to me. I mean, if it's basically a Digimon fighting game, then I'm all for it.
It is a Digimon fighting game.
Then that sounds badass as fuck.
Just beware. Omnimon is OP. Gatomon is OP. Because Cat's Eye Hypnotism will screw up your day.
You're not allowed to play those unless you're a jerk.
But I like mono play Gatomon.
It's because you're a cheater and a cheeseball. And
no, I cheated to get Omnimon. I'm not gonna lie. When I found out there was a cheat code to get Omnimon, I said screw grinding. I am getting him.
How did you unlock him without the cheat code?
You had to beat the game on hard mode, or you had to beat the game on hard mode, then get true mode, and then you had to beat the game on true mode with a very specific character, and you had to do it with so few losses. So you had to pretty much beat the game on perfect. Yeah, screw that. I'm not doing that.
Oh.
It was almost the same with Inuyasha Feudal Fairy Tale, but I almost cheated to get Demon Inuyasha, but then I said, screw it, I can probably do this.
I think I actually played that one, actually. Don't remember, though.
It was a fun one, I'm not gonna lie.
But I guess to bring us all back, what I do is I can't absorb all of anime and games and all that in my waking hours, so I'll actually sleep through a playthrough of a game. Like before I was sleeping through Monster Hunter 3, which is a long ass game. So eventually the playthrough caught up to the player, and I switched over to Monster Rancher, which is a very long game too. It takes, I don't know, weeks or months. It's the same concept, I guess. You have to breed generations upon generations in order to get their stats high enough to fight any of the A rank or S rank things.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
I watch a lot of video game playthroughs too, though if sometimes I do sleep through like a live stream or something, and then I'll have to go back and watch it to catch up, but that's okay.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I did that before I played Metal Gear Solid. Sons of Liberty.
What is it? Well, with those kinds of games, I can kind of like sleep and then roll over, and I'll look at it, and it's like, oh, he's fighting this thing. Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll wake up and then I'll actually watch it, but like sometimes just like, I don't know, like sometimes like the person's voice just helps me sleep, but I don't know why. Because sometimes like I'll just sleep with, like, I know like sometimes I'll sleep with the radio on, and like I'll just fall asleep while like the radio's going on, and it's not loud or anything, it's just on.
Yeah, because that's how I like to sleep. Is I used to sleep with like just a TV on all the time, and then we decided cable was useless and not worth our money, so we just switched to internet, and now I'm watching playlists into my sleep.
Yeah.
So catch up on.
I mean, I think the only reason I even turn on my TV now is to watch At Midnight. At Midnight and Moonshiners.
What are they about?
At Midnight is... What's the best way to describe At Midnight? It is Whose Line Is It Anyway with Reddit and Tumblr.
Ah. And what's the other one about?
Moonshiners is about moonshiners.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I think it's like a reality show, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. It reminds me of home. So, it makes me giggle.
He's a redneck Sasquatch, I suppose.
I am not a redneck. I may have been raised partially on a farm.
Partially on a farm. His left leg.
So he's saying he's a super redneck.
Hey.
I'm kidding.
Rah, 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 rah.
Just because my family owns farmland does not mean I'm a redneck.
No, well, my family owns farmland too. So I'm not a redneck either.
Just because my family may or may not make moonshine does not mean that I am a redneck.
At this point, Jax, you're not really helping yourself out.
I am making a point.
Oh, well. I guess we'll take our last commercial break and we'll come back with Q&A, right? Yeah. Sound good?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Woo!
Give me taco.
Hello, sit down. Do you feel like your life is just too normal? Well, that's because you're boring, and we can't really help what you are. But at Supernatural Hotlines, we can help you attract all the weird you ever wanted and more. Want a giant monster to attack your town? Want a harem of sexy aliens to live with you for a week or two? We cover all the events you could ever wish for. Trying to impress that date tonight? Call us, and we can have a hero scenario ready within moments for a small fee. Here at Supernatural Hotlines, we do our very best to make all your wishes come true. Supernatural Hotlines is not liable for your safety during scenarios.
Commercial.
Yes. Alright, so what Q&A do we have besides the one I sent you earlier?
What? The other questions? Oh, yeah, I'll go my questions, because it's question time. I'm recording. Haha, I tricked you into we started. We were already beginning.
Yeah, we kind of already figured that one out.
Yeah, we figured that. I figured that out like a bit ago, but
Damn it. You I'm being tricksy.
No, you go quiet for a couple of seconds, then you whisper 3, 2, 1 to yourself, and then you start recording. We know your tricks.
Damn it.
this is like my first podcast. I learned your tricks within like the first 5 minutes.
I only follow through it because I find it funny.
All right. Well, I have 2 questions. How many questions do you have?
I have 17, but we don't have enough time for 17.
All right. Well, I got 2 reasonably decent ones.
I don't have any because no one asked me give me any questions that they wanted answered.
Oh, no one.
Because no one loves you.
No, that's sad but true.
People love me.
No, they don't.
I think it's because people didn't know I was going to be on the podcast, so they didn't know to ask me questions.
They only love you for the booty.
Wow. We're really going to go there?
Yes, I went there. Suck it.
So our first question is...
you can suck my cock if you
You
really
be quiet. We're doing questions.
So Caleb, what's
Noel's job.
your position?
Anyway, before we forget what we're doing.
What are questions and answers? What segment? What's that? What are you talking about? That's not a segment.
Okay. Okay, here's my first question. How do you keep your stuff in your room? And I'm pretty sure this is your hotel room.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, the stuff you bring, I guess, to the events, the conventions. We're gonna start with Caleb.
Caleb, go first.
Okay. Well, usually I organize my room for a con, or if not, I usually know the owner of the room. But I usually pack my car with, I usually take 3 things to a convention. It's a rather large duffel bag, a backpack, and a box. And the box has all my wigs in it on wig heads and stuff around them to prevent them from moving, whether it be random whether it's gloves or props or my makeup bag, stuff like that. And those are the 3 things I bring. And what I do is once I have my hotel room, I usually carry it there myself, and I will put it in a corner, and I will keep my stuff in that corner. I will take out my costumes and I will hang them up, and I'll put like my makeup bag in the makeup room and along with my toiletries, but that's about it. I do get a little bit messy at times, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do, like sometimes if I'm in a hurry, my corner of the room is a mess, but I will keep my mess confined to said corner of the room.
Okay.
And then I'm very thorough about cleaning a room before I leave, because I want to make sure we have everything, we aren't missing anything.
Leaving a wig behind would be terrible.
Yeah, then people have left costumes behind before, and I don't want that to happen. So.
Mm.
Oh God, I've left an entire leather jacket in a room. I cried, but my friend brought it back to me.
Yeah, one of my friends left her panty cosplay in the room, and she lost it, and that was $200 and a lot of hard work, and she wasn't happy.
Yeah, I could see that. Oh, but Chris, what do you do?
Well, typically I'll only bring one suitcase and then maybe a knapsack or something, aside from my coat I'm wearing on me, into the room. So I'll put my suitcase at the foot, at the very bottom of the closet where clothes are not, usually people hang up stuff in the closet. So I'll put my coat in there. And I'll maybe bring one prop up, but typically if I bring a costume to a convention, it stays in the car. Until I need it. I'll bring it out Saturday or whatever. But usually it's from the car. Because there's just... it's unreasonable for me to keep my stuff in a room with other humans occupying the same kind of space.
Yeah, depending on how big the prop is, yeah.
So I don't want to burden anyone,
Right.
So I just keep a lot of my shit in the car, which is kind of tiring because Saturday night, I do whatever event and I'm beat and I have been backstage and then been working the whole time. Yeah, that can kind of suck because I have to walk it all the way back to the car, and it's typically cold as hell. So it does kind of suck bringing all my stuff back to the car, especially when you don't get a good parking space. And there are times when I'll just drop my whole costume in the car and say screw it, and walk back to the hotel in a bodysuit.
Yeah.
Which is typically cold and sometimes unnerving to people who are not used to bodysuits. But I really don't bring very much in there, and I think the only other space I occupy is probably the desk next to the bed with nightstand. I'll keep all my badge things in a pile on a nightstand.
See, when I do that, they're usually near the TV in a pile, just to prevent them from being too close.
Yeah. I do try and be nice and not bring my costumes into the room. It wouldn't make sense a lot of times. The Goomba from Ramen, not happening. Mm-mm.
Well, yeah. I know my costumes take up a lot of room, or at least none of them have yet. I can keep them all confined to my suitcase if they do take up a lot of room.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Seneca? How you do stuff?
I claim an entire corner and occupy every inch of it.
That is true.
It's true.
To be honest,
she goes full cat on us.
I am going
Spreads
to be
out.
honest. I need a lot of space. I have either two suitcases or usually two suitcases, because I have a cosplay suitcase that also has my shoes in it. Because sometimes each cosplay has its own pair of shoes. And I have
I know that feel, girl. Oh dear Lord.
Yeah,
I tend to wear the boots.
I have my clothes suitcase, which also sometimes have shoes in it. And then I have my makeup case. And I have this huge, American Tourister hard makeup case that is chock full of makeup and things like aspirin and painkillers and all the soap and toothpaste and stuff that we usually bring to conventions, and that's all in there. And so not only do I need like the storage for that, but it's like
It spreads out.
well, not it doesn't only spread out. I'm that person who, no matter what con I'm at, if I have a hotel room, somebody's gonna find out where I am, and they're gonna come to my room, and I'm going to wind up helping them somehow. So it's like my stuff is all over the room, not only because I'm using it, but because I'm helping other people.
Ooh, just doing people's makeup and
Yeah, I wind up doing makeup or repairing cosplays. That's the other.
No, that's happened to me
it's-
too. Like, I had to give people a bunch of safety pins at Katsucon. I was helping people with makeup. I was helping people with their costumes. Like, I was helping them like sew last minute. I was helping them
Yeah,
glue
there.
on this, glue on that. Help
There are
them with
times
their.
I will spend like an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour in the bathroom at a convention helping other people. It's like people think I'm in there doing my makeup, which I do like go in there to touch up my makeup, but then I'll see like this poor little beginner cosplayer that's like having trouble putting their eyelashes on.
don't
Or-
help them. That's bad.
Why you help them so they can learn?
But you never like no. It's I can. The time you need to spend some time at the convention.
Well, I like helping people.
You do.
See, I'm the same way. I also like helping people. That's why I do
The
it.
thing is, like the second that she's done helping them, they leave and they let her. Like if Seneca needs any help, they don't even every time just going rah.
I guess it's usually because they assume that because I know all the stuff to help them that I don't need help myself.
Like it's happened many.
Because I was helping popular cosplayers at Katsucon, and I was like, well, if you need help, yeah, sure, I'll help you. That's okay.
Yeah, I usually have a safety pin or help you with your eyeliner or your
Yeah,
eyeliner.
that's my biggest weakness is eyeliner. I've gotten better over the years, but like when I first started, oh dear lord, that was my biggest weakness.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, like I'll help people. I put other people's makeup on and costumes and whatever, but I'm not gonna spend an hour if you doing someone else's work. You know, I can't. I'm not that selfless.
No, I've spent a couple of hours help if they're in my room. But if I'm in, I never go to the bathrooms like cons. I'm a little paranoid. But if it's my friends, because especially Asen last year, two of my friends were doing their first Homestuck cosplays, and they were like, "Okay, we don't know what we're doing." I'm like, "Okay, give me $20 when I see you at the con. Just show me the pictures of the characters you're trying to do." I spent maybe a good chunk of my own personal time picking out specific body makeup for them. When we got to the con, I spent maybe like 2 hours on both of them, just making sure that they looked right, and that was more rewarding than it should have been. But then I got $20 out of it, so I don't even care.
I don't know. It's like rewarding that it just happens. It happens at least to me that they'll just skip out the second that they're taken care of. You know.
Yeah, that's the problem he has with it. It's not that
Yeah,
I'm
no, that's
people with that, but
understandable.
I get taken advantage of a lot, and I do admit that I do that.
No,
And
that
I'm
happens to me.
frustrated about it, but
Lesson of the day, guys: do not take advantage of people.
Yeah, because
Wait.
like that was a problem with me at ASIN last year. Like my friends would like they'd want me to help them, but then I was like, "Can I get help?" They're like, "No," and then they left the room, and I was like,
well, it's not even
Okay.
can I get help, because sometimes I don't ask for it, but I obviously need it because now I'm like an hour behind helping all these people. It's that they just completely like, oh, okay, we're ready now, let's go, and they don't even think to ask. Well, do you need help with anything? So-
"Yeah, no, that's happened to me too. I got you."
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, I guess. Yeah.
It's your turn, Jaxes.
Yay. Depends. When I used to get rooms for myself,
Mm-hmm.
I would pretty much look like I was going for war. I would have a giant footlocker strapped to my back. Like, I actually still have the footlocker to this day. Chris, you almost sat on it. I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
But I called that the coffin because that was all emergency costume supplies like needle and thread, extra foam, extra glue, extra spray paint, extra everything. So if something broke, I would be ready in a heartbeat for that. I might actually start bringing that back. I would have, since I do a lot of street costumes, I would have a military duffel bag filled with street costumes that I would be using for the con specifically. 2 pair of street clothes, because maybe I want to go out on my own, not in costume.
Mm-hmm.
1 suit specifically, in case I actually want to go out to a fancy place and I don't want to go in costume, I don't want to go in street clothes, and 1 bag of toiletries. So that's for an average con. If I'm rooming with someone, the most I'm going to carry is maybe 3 bags. 1 for clothes, 1 filled with foods, fruits and vegetables, and water and crap, and 1 filled with like props, just for the lulz, or camera equipment. That's the other thing that I always try and tell everybody to do: bring a bag of food.
Oh yeah, just in case. We always, I forgot we do bring like emergency rations.
Yeah, and the thing is, when we bring food, it's like, with very few exceptions, like the stuff we bring is pretty much for everybody to eat, because you don't want somebody to like pass out from, not having the energy, not having food energy, or not having enough water. So we always bring like a case of water, or like snacks at least. There are some cons like Youmacon that has like an on-site food court, but even then, you might have a friend who like lost their wallet or something. Now they can't afford food, so it's good to have something to share.
Yeah, exactly. You always want something to snack on to keep you hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're moving around all day.
I mean, for the longest time, I used to carry around a hot plate and about $40 of ramen.
Ramen.
They don't like when you do that stuff anymore so much.
Yeah, that's
Much.
That's why I stopped doing it. Plus, I didn't know about the rule about selling, so like I got told to stop once, and I was like, "Nope, done. All right, got it." Because I was
selling ramen.
Oh yeah.
I was pretty much selling ramen packets. Like, I would go around in trench coat and be like, "Hey man, you hungry? Got a ramen packet for you."
Oh man. I mean,
I got a ramen packet for you. I got some extra seasoning too, man.
Oh my goodness.
you
50 cents for extra seasoning, man.
The extra special season.
Oh man, I'm not gonna say what con I was at, but I did that to like security. Oh, I was a terrible person.
Like, until you pull your side and like, can't do that, man.
And no, that was a con that I actually got explained to me. And this was like when I was a kid, though, so
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore, obviously. But I was like literally going around selling ramen, and security was like, "Hey, you know you can't do that." And I'm like, "Why not? I mean, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not doing anything like that." And they're like, "Oh, no, it's not that. It's the fact that you can't sell unless you have a license to sell." I'm like, "Oh, crap. One day I will get a license to sell ramen just to do it and go back to that con and walk around with a ramen cart."
You need to buy a cart and allow ramen.
Oh, no, that's what I was going to do for SoyCon, remember?
That's true. You didn't mention that.
Yeah. Well, no,
Wait,
for the longest time
I thought you couldn't sell things on the park grounds. Well, the ice cream guy does, so maybe.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's a city province license that he has. That's the whole different can of worms. Like, I would probably just do it, not to sell, but more for donation for the con itself or something. I don't know.
Ice cream man might shank you for muscling in on his territory, though.
Oh, ice cream man gonna have some problems. We're gonna have like a full security force next to me.
That's true. He has a bunch of security.
Like, you trying to muscle in on my territory? Oh no, son, I took over your territory.
Ice cream man wars.
Ice cream man versus ramen guy. One ice cream man versus like Jax and his team of 10 security people.
And my team of merry men.
Okay. So you got a question for us, Jax? Maybe.
I do.
Oh.
Let's see. Here it is. Do you prefer certain kinds of cons versus others, i.e., anime, steampunk, sci-fi, comic, etc.?
There's a ping pong con. I mean, I don't doubt it, but
Did I say
think
ping
there's,
pong? I said sci-fi.
you said ping pong.
But ping pong con.
Bro.
The con.
I mean, there's a con for everything nowadays. I think.
I would go
Getting
to a
that
ping
one.
pong con.
Probably one in China. It's like a big sport in China.
It
That
does.
is true.
It is.
I do kind of want a new paddle. That would be kind of nice.
Oh man. I'm going first, I guess. That's what I do. Okay, so, we go to a lot of anime cons because I like. That's like where our friends are, I guess. But I don't know. I did do. Was it
Is it World?
No, it was the DocCon. No, Command-A-Con, COD-Con. Yes. And
Oh, the gaming con.
yeah, so it was pretty much people playing board games in a room for hours on end. And I could see like having a full D&D adventure. Like you know how most events or games go for around 4 hours before people lose their brains. They were in there for like 18 or something. They were
Wow.
the whole day, sat down, didn't move. As far as like, well, I think they got up every once in a while, but pretty much,
Bathroom breaks, food.
I'm pretty sure they did those. No, they're eating in there, that's for sure.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can see that could be a pretty fun, intense thing. If maybe not D&D, maybe some other board games.
Actually, oh no, because
Not
we did-
Monopoly.
yeah,
Doom.
Monopoly would be like a 24-hour con right there.
Up and you forfeit.
Yeah, and everybody leaves and they hate each other.
Oh god,
Oh, my.
never again. Like there will be that one douchebag with like $3 million in the bank, ready to go.
Oh man.
But no, what I was saying,
$2,700.
you owe me all of your money at this point.
You got $2.
Hey, you bankrupt.
No, there's two stories I'm about to say about that. Number one, you can do an 18-hour game of D&D. You will hate every human being in a 15-mile radius afterwards. But there's also a tournament style,
Tournament style?
D&D tournament style.
It's a subjective game of how? What? Imagination!
Okay, the way it works, and I think we didn't invent it, but we do it a lot on we used to do it a lot on my old campus. What you would do is you would make a character, and maybe like 30 minutes prior to, you would go to a judge, see if it was approved. Like they would say you can't use certain classes that were too broken, like you can't use scions. That was the biggest thing. No one could use a scion.
Yeah, or double swordsman bullshittery.
Yeah. And then they would throw big beasties at you. Like, you could go up against a basilisk, you could go up against a space squid, but your team has to be able to beat that. And then it's just a literal grudge match to see who survives the longest. And the thing was, there was an option for team play, but the goal was to be the last man standing.
So it's straight board play and no adventuring. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was kind of boring, but we get cash prizes. And that's the other thing. Never play with someone that says they want to play with Monopoly with real money. They're evil.
Nah. Oh well.
Did that once. Got out with $30 and left.
I go to a lot of anime cons though. I kind of want to go to other conventions because I compete on these the contests, and almost exclusively the rules say it must be from anime, so that's somewhat limiting. So to go to like a game one would be fun, just to do something different. And that's the end of my rant. I'm grumbling-ish.
Seneca, you are on my left. You shall do it next.
Your imaginary left.
She's eating cheesecake again. I know it. Can't hear a word she's saying.
Yeah, she's mumbles.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I tilted my mic up because my Cheez-Its bag made a loud noise. I pretty much go to the same conventions Chris goes to.
But what
I've
about your
been
personal
to-
favorites?
I've been to Wizard World. I went to Wizard World with a couple of my coworkers 2 years in a row. How do I say this without being offensive? Compared to anime cons, comic book guys are creepy. I have never in my life, and I've been to like dozens, or like, okay, I've been going to anime cons since 2001. I have never been stalked at a convention. I went to
She knows
2 Wizard Worlds. Like 2. 2 years in a row. I got stalked. I got pictures taken of my butt. That is not cool.
To be fair,
Look.
there are several conventions that she's had pictures of her butt.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about like overtly. There's a difference between like that happening and you don't know it happens. It's like not obvious, but it's like
These
this
guys
is
were
being-
blatant.
Yeah, these
Well-
guys were pretty blatant. Like, okay, this is one. I'm pretty much gonna call him Kool-Aid Man because he was this large black dude wearing just a full red outfit, and he was stalking me. And I wasn't even I was wearing like a tank top and basically like a female version of Blade. I didn't realize it at the time, but that's what my throw together outfit wound up being. And he and like 3 or 4 of his friends were just outright following me around, talking about my butt behind me while I'm with my friends who are males, and taking pictures of my butt. Like, I'm seeing camera phone flash behind me. I turned around and he's acting like he didn't do anything.
Oh, like I remember the Colossal Con railing thing. Oh no, was it OhioCon? It was OhioCon. Sorry, OhioCon railing.
Yeah, but I wasn't aware of that. And that was multiple people just walking by like, wow. Because I'm leaning, like, oblivious me, I wasn't even paying attention, but I'm leaning over the railing looking down because it's like a really cool sight watching people go down like this twisty turny.
I'd like the listeners to know that my wife has a nice booty.
I haven't seen it, I don't know.
I don't know how you could know.
But yeah, I didn't even, and this is like, oh yeah, the cosplay I was wearing at OhioCon was Cho from this webcomic called Kagura, and it's pretty much the nakedest thing I've ever worn.
So she was leaning over a railing for, I don't know, 45 minutes.
It was not 45 minutes. Was it really that
It
long?
was for a while. We had plenty of time.
Oh well, I don't know. I was looking at cosplays.
So many people had taken that particular opportunity to get pictures of my wife, and me and several other lady.
I think you were talking with the ladies from And Sewing is Half the Battle.
Yeah, so he's at the battle. Yeah, we were hanging out, just like we would wait for them to try and look, and then we would stare them down and just laugh about it.
You're making a game out of people staring at my butt.
Yeah, because you couldn't help but not. You had to do it. Like it's really hard not to. But we were sitting there waiting for people doing.
Oh, I missed this.
Yeah,
I could have muscled people. I could have muscled people.
you probably would have scared them pretty good.
I don't know. I guess like I would not want to go to a comic book convention anymore. Well, maybe because like there are more anime people there now.
Mhm.
But let's see. I guess I would like to. I keep hearing about Midwest Fur Fest, and I want to go to see one of those because like I have a lot of respect for fursuit craftsmanship.
That's
Like
so-
the way they do eyes and the way they actually manipulate fur as a fabric is really impressive. So I want to go there and like see the craftsmanship and the nice tails and stuff like that, and like the really nice fursuiter personalities because they're really cool people. And DashCon's coming up. It's actually like a Tumblr convention which is different. It's like
yeah.
And I guess
Which
if
we
they
need
still
to
have
go to.
Star Trek conventions, I would like to go to those.
We still need to go to DashCon.
Yeah,
So
I think
need to
we're gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I guess I don't really have a preference. I know, like Seneca said, I've been to Wizard World. I've been to a couple of comic book conventions. I'm not gonna lie. There's a huge different atmosphere in different conventions.
Yeah.
Like I've gone to steampunk conventions. I've gone to the Doctor Who and Supernatural conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I guess those
Yeah,
are the
this is-
sci-fi conventions, like the Star Trek conventions.
Yeah. I mean, the Star Trek conventions actually have more. How should I put this? It has more of a rivalry air to it
Mm-hmm.
because there are so many conversations going on at once that you have no idea what's going on. Like, I got into a conversation with a guy cosplaying from Firefly who was bent on telling me that Firefly sucked. But I'm sitting there staring at him, looking at him in his Firefly costume, going, Are you a paradox? What
Maybe
are
he didn't
you?"
realize he was cosplaying from Firefly.
I asked him. He knew exactly. He was cosplaying Jane.
Oh well.
There is no way you can not cosplay Jane.
Well, yeah, because that hat.
Yeah. But it's, oh man, I got into a very long conversation with this guy. Like, okay, you're gonna have to explain to me why you're in the costume, but you hate the series.
I don't know. I've heard. I want to go to different ones just to see how the dynamic is different. Like I understand like some of the industry ones are so like much more not costumey and more professional and buy things and leave and or maybe the panels are different. I don't know.
Yeah, toy conventions are kind of like that, but again, I was window shopping because I was looking for a very specific figure and they didn't have it. No one had it. But it's kind of nice, especially in industry ones, where you can actually see up and coming stuff. Like I used to be a Transformers toy fan. Like I would actually keep up with the toy lines, but I don't anymore because I don't have the money to keep up with them.
Oh man.
What's that one? I'm sorry. What's that one there's like the huge one for video games?
More descriptive. What is it? What sort of vehicle animal is it?
It's a convention. It's a huge convention for video games. It's like E something.
E3? Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got to go to that once because one of my friends was. Oh man, I love that guy forever.
Yeah, that one seems really impressive.
It's I don't know if it's for us because it's like
it's video games drama. Yeah.
It's
You
hot.
have to be a reporter, and you have to like have a VIP pass. That's the only way to really enjoy it.
And I mean, they do have the badges for them, but you will spend hours. It's like Disneyland in the line kind of thing going on, you know?
Oh, so you like lines everywhere?
Yeah, lines
Alright.
everywhere for like 5-minute demos, 10-minute demos.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
SDCC's kind of like that too, where like the people who've gone, it's like you may as well be industry because it's lines just everywhere.
Yeah, I mean it's a great E3 is excellent. I mean, the year I went was the year Snake Eater was revealed. So,
But they always have the best swag.
oh my God, you have no idea.
Yeah.
I think that's why
Oh,
people go, regular people. I think
yeah.
that's why they go.
It's like all limited edition and like promotional stuff. That like if you're really into whatever like thing it is, they'll have like the stuff you want.
Yeah, like you get this convention only, like event only figure, and it's like $50 there, and you can only buy like one or two, and it's like, and then you
Because they
get
know
free stuff in the
everyone.
bag, and you get like previews. You get to see previews. That's like the swag alone. I've heard is worth it.
And the booth swag, and then usually you at least walk out with like 6 T-shirts maybe.
Yeah. Oh, and the free stuff too. That makes it worth it.
That kind of reminds me of my first ASIN. I walked out with like a buttload of free posters.
Right. Oh no, when I went to E3, I think I can make a jacket out of all the pins I got for free.
What did I get in my first day sale? Like a free pack of Sailor Moon cards, like a half dozen posters, 2 T-shirts that I bought, and my mom accidentally threw away one because she thought she didn't know what the bag was. My Vegeta T-shirt. I don't know, just a bunch of. I got some candy. Somebody gave me a box of Pocky.
Oh man. Oh wait, no, that's where I got my Mega. No. Mega Tokyo I got from a comic book convention.
All right, what about you, Caleb? Caleb dead? Caleb dead.
Probably.
We
Yeah,
lose? We lose?
May have fallen asleep. Did he hang up?
Wait, let me.
No,
He's still here. He's probably asleep. Aha! We killed him.
aha. But no.
Oh well.
No, what I was saying though, the different dynamics for different cons. They sci-fi cons are a little bit more rivalatic, if that's a word. Steampunk cons are a lot more relaxed than they should. In my mind, it was a lot more relaxed than I thought it was going to be. Because I went thinking, okay, everybody was going to be kind of like gung-ho serious about steampunk. No. It was like I stepped in the 80s.
Like you stepped in what?
I stepped straight into the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I was about to say, you might have to explain that a little.
Yeah.
Because I was born in the 80s.
Okay, imagine
metal bands. I don't know.
No, not metal bands.
Michael Jackson.
A bit of Michael Jackson, a little bit of punk. Me, I didn't. When I first went to a steampunk convention, I didn't know that much about steampunk. I didn't know, I didn't know if it was considered cosplay. I didn't know if it was considered anything. I knew it from novels. I knew it from my music. This was before Steam Powered Giraffe.
Mm-hmm.
So before anybody gets on me on that, and yes, I am a Steam Powered Giraffe fan, but this is during the era of Dr. Steel. So this was my first taste of Dr. Steel, like my first true-blooded taste. And the first thing that I go in there hearing is frickin' Childhood Gonna Go Go. And that song has been like my happy feel song ever since. But you don't, some things you just don't expect. And if you guys go to a steampunk convention, expect the unexpected hardcore.
Well, I mean, aside from steampunk dress, like, what kind of panels and stuff do they have there?
Steampunk Mythbusters, they've had, I didn't really go to that many panels. I know there was a Sherlock Holmes one. That one was really cool. There was a Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century panel, too. That made me happy.
Oh, yeah. I think I watched that show.
Cartoon.
Oh, it was a cartoon.
Oh, man.
That's why it was so bad. Yeah.
All those cartoons that came on that one channel that should never be spoken of.
It made no sense. Okay. I remember that. What time do you have to go to work, Jax?
I have to be at work at 3:30.
So you should probably, like, get off the... Like, we should wrap up.
Wait.
Huh?
4:30. But I'm still... we should still probably wrap up.
Okay. Well then, I guess, one more question, or do you want to finish it here?
I say one more question. We can probably, attack Caleb at the same time.
Nah, I think I'm gonna let him sleep. It's fine. Guys, if you guys don't know, it's 2:30 in the morning right now when we're recording this. We're all gonna die horribly as soon as we're done with this, except for Jackson's gonna go to work.
Yeah, because...
die horribly.
Fun fact of the day. I apparently have become a mole. No, on Saturday, I looked at the sun for the first time and screamed bloody murder.
He does not get to see the sun.
You become a creature of the night.
Pretty much. Creature of the night.
No!
Oh.
Why did I say that? I regret my decisions.
You failed yourself. Now let's see.
I'm sorry, people.
I will sing the song. Don't you dare
Oh.
I'm still going to sing Karma Chameleon 1 just to see what you do.
Okay. Just to stop that horrible inevitability, we are going to we're going to say my question is, what cosplayers do you look up to you? All right, Jax, you could go first.
Everyone.
Everyone? Anyone in particular? Like,
fine, Chris. You happy bastard.
oh, well, no, seriously. Is there like that besides me?
Actually, it's kind of weird because I look up to all cosplayers.
Huh?
Like I said, I'm actually serious about that because I don't, as much as I make props, as much as I like to say in the cosplay communities, I don't know as much as I would like to know.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some veteran cosplayers out there that I actually do like outright respect for staying in as long as they have been. I will say that I respect Box Gundam. I respect hardcore Sailor Bubba because I know he doesn't remember, but he did help me out when I was starting out.
Oh, huh.
So,
What do you help you do? What do you do?
It's kind of to explain, but he defended one of my friends who was kind of getting, what's the best way to describe this? Not stalked, but
Harassed, maybe a little bit. Oh.
yeah, he was harassed by a bunch of male cosplayers, and because I wasn't, how should I put this? I didn't have a seasoned look on like staff of conventions, so I didn't know what to expect, and he gave me the first true-blooded impression of how respectful people are.
Mm.
He kept me from falling down the stairs. Like, I think my third or fourth ASIN almost fell down one of the major staircases going in between floors, and he like caught me so that I wouldn't fall. So much respect all the time. Sailor Bubba is my hero.
Mm.
Oh, but yeah, so I look up to him because he actually did. He set the tone for what I see at cons now.
Mm.
Plus, you never really can beat a man in full 5 o'clock shadow in a Sailor Moon costume. I'm sorry, but there is not a single thing in this universe that can mess with your mind a little bit more than that.
Well, Manfei,
Manfei doesn't count. Manfei doesn't count because that is a whole different dimension of creepy.
Well, it's like two hairy dudes dressing up as pretty girls.
I kind of want to see them skitty wrestle. But...
Fit me.
Ah.
I totally ship it.
I would honestly start a Kickstarter to get Sailor Bubba and Manfei to skitty wrestle.
Oh God, no! Why'd you say that? I didn't hear it the first time, but now I don't want. Oh no! Why? No.
Because it would destroy the minds of so many people. It would be worth it, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only human being on this planet that is willing to pay for that.
Oh God, no!
Like, we could sell tickets.
Legends of Cosplay Wrestling Night.
Yeah,
all proceeds.
They'll think of somebody like Amethyst Angel or Sarcasm Hime, which are the people I looked up to when I first started.
Oh yeah, Amethyst. I forgot about her.
Yeah, Amethyst Angel, Sarcasm Hime, Yaya Han when she was Angelic Star, and oh God, who else? There was one more person, Katie Bear. Katie Bear was my wig styling hero. Like everything I learned when I first learned, I learned from her. But yeah, you're right, Jax. I look up to the new cosplayers just as much as I looked up to the old ones, because the old ones gave me reference and gave me direction, but the new ones, these kids out here, they literally are like innovating cosplay like every single day. It's like every time I go on Tumblr, on Google, on DeviantArt, looking for suggestions on how to do something that I've never done before, there's some kid out there who has come up with like a way of doing something that nobody has done a tutorial for. Nobody has, let you know that that's how they did it, and they might have come up with this on their own. Like, you are learning from new cosplayers just like you learned from the old ones when you first started out.
Right. And like you said, Amethyst Angel Amethyst Angel, Blind Squirrel, and Vulpin.
Mhm.
All these guys, like, they were, like, before I met Chris, or Knives, before I met Knives, before I met everybody, these were my references. These were the people that were going, oh, well, I'm building this, I'm building this, I'm building this. And I would actually watch intently on the tutorials and just sit back and, mind you, I've never really done heavy armor stuff, but I was actually one of the few people that was really afraid of, like, fiberglass. So, Amethyst Angel helped me out finding alternate paths, so that actually got me thinking of what else can I do with different materials.
Oh yeah, I have her tutorial. Armor making for the fiberglass phobic.
Same here.
Oh,
Oh man, I still have that thing. Vulpin and Blind Squirrel gave me the idea of using resin and rotocast, and then I met Chris screw it, I don't care anymore. But then I met you guys, and y'all gave me ideas on how to use plastics and stuff. So that's kind of like I went with evolutionary chains here.
yeah.
And then
What is it? Blind Squirrel and Vulpin are still really inspiring. They do crazy good stuff. I mean, I can't say I would do same stuff as them, but they're good stuff, and they just make me want to make my stuff look so much better. And you know.
And then the Claymore sword that I cried a little bit about. One of them made a sword from Claymore, and I watched when they did it. I'm like, oh, okay, step 1 through 3. Okay, this makes sense. And then when they get through 6 through 10, I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna make this. I'm done. I'm done. I followed you up to here. Our paths must now differ.
I mean, there is a couple times in my past where, I'll be asked to make something, and I'll just, of course, look up, who's made it before for references. And Blind Squirrel and Vulpin are usually ones making that stuff. Well, mostly Blind Squirrel. Blind Squirrel makes a ton of stuff. Like,
Yeah, he's a machine.
Like,
He also isn't he the one that sells he sells like schematics now too, doesn't he?
I think all the big ones
Vulpin
sell.
does, I know.
Yeah, all the big guys sell their schematics.
Well, that's the one way. That's the way to make money off of people who can't or afford or won't buy like the stuff that you have as your prices.
Then you'll just sell the kits to make it
Yeah,
yourself.
the plans are the kits. They don't want to pay for your labor, cause God.
Oh, I know for a fact Blind Squirrel's his caster gun. He has like 1,000 freaking kits of that thing now.
Yeah, I made a caster gun, and I looked at his plans, and and I basically followed his plans from his tutorial, and then that's how I made to be on the shoulders of giants per se. I was the one who put all the wiring in it so it would fire and make it like the way it worked was you'd fire it once, right? And then you'd have to reload it with a new bullet for it to fire again. Which is just I think his was more quality, like it was cast and wonderful. That's for sure. I've definitely followed him on that particular tutorial.
Oh, dude! Speaking of, if we're gonna talk about Shoulders of Giants and stuff, since this was a callback. Last year, ASIN, I met the Gene Star one that actually has his gun.
Oh wow! Like
He was at
one of
ASIN.
them, or
No, the original.
The original commission.
the original wood and plastic one.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, oh my god, is that what I think it is? And he's like, yeah, I got this so many years ago. And I'm like, do you have the caster bullets for it? And he showed me all of them. I'm like, oh, my feels.
Horn, yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
I wanted to eat it. I wanted to eat it
I
to
wanted
gain
to
its
make it
power.
about yourself.
Yes.
Get into my body.
What is it? For on the sewing end, it's been and sewing's half the battle, which I'm pretty good friends with now. Like we talk regularly about stuff, I guess. Not even cosplay, just about regular stuff. So that's kind of faded. Because like you spend so much time with somebody, that kind of like thing goes away. But I guess God Save the Queen is now like super amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I've been looking at God Save the Queen and go "Frrr, one day. Frrr." Yeah.
I never got. I kind of want to buy it, but at the same time, I don't understand it.
Oh,
It feels like a dating sim. That's not a dating sim.
also my Taki armor. I couldn't find the kanji for the dagger, and Blind Squirrel had made the dagger, so I was like, well, I'll copy his kanji. Sorry, I'm actually on his site right now.
Lol. No, I'm trying to remember. There was a long time ago, like early 2000s, there was a guy on cosplay.com that used to make everything out of cardboard, but
My
the way he did Featherweight, thank you. He was the guy that actually started making me think about like combining. I would use his technique
Mm-hmm.
of using cardboard, but I would use it with foam.
Yeah. Ooh.
So
Yeah,
he
I actually
kind of gave
used
me
this-
practice.
I used his helmet tutorial to make the inside, like the head brace for my dip cosplay, because it's basically my head inside a cardboard pour form, and it's like, you know, your head's rattling around in a giant tin can. So I made like one of those construction helmet style braces, and his original tutorial was like for cardboard, but I sweat entirely too much for that. So I took his instructions and I made it out of the cross stitch mesh.
Mm.
But yeah, I remember using Featherweight too, like all the old famous cosplayers. There are so many that I'm not naming, and I feel really bad because I haven't even seen them in such a long time. I remember there was this one cosplayer back when I cosplayed Merle from Escaflowne, and that's when I met her, and she did like this amazing Yuko cosplay from XXX HARLOCK. It was the black and gold outfit, and she had her I think her husband was doing Watanuki. I can't remember her name. I feel so bad about that.
Nah, trust me, I feel you. There was a couple of cosplayers that when I first started really getting into it, they were the ones that started giving me ideas. Like, what was it? There was a Cloud and Nightmare cosplayer that it was a girl handler that was holding up the blade. She was holding it one-handed, but the thing was taller than both of us combined.
Oh yeah, the big gigantic there's a huge sword. I remember that sword.
Yeah, and the eye was made out of like couch material or couch felt or whatever it was called. And she was just holding this thing as if it were nothing. I'm like, either this girl is rocking 200 lift power, or
Your lift power.
like, do you even lift, bro? No, she lifts for me at this point. Dang, my God. But no, she kind of inspired me to do like one-armed cosplays because I like being able to wield something one-handed, and that gave me ideas on how to make it lightweight. That, and she actually gave me a weird like training exercise regimen because you need for bigger weapons, you need bigger stamina. So she gave me different ideas of how to train myself so I can actually lift things for a lot longer. But yeah, there's so many. Oh man, so many veteran cosplayers from back in the day that I can't even remember half of their names, and I feel terrible about that. But
I don't remember names in the first place, so I'm used to it.
Oh, I actually found the video from that year. It was ASIN 2006. The Yuko I was talking about. I'll link you to it.
Sweet. Oh man, and there was the one Meryl Strife that actually had all of the Derringers. Oh man, and she hand carved every single one.
Ooh, wow. That's work. 'Cause she had like 30 of those things, didn't she?
Yep. What confused me was she could have got squirt guns. No, screw that. They're all hand carved. They're all able to be pulled out of their holsters. They're all ready to go.
Looks like she actually won second place for craftsmanship too. I'm sorry, I'm like musing.
Yeah.
I'm reliving my feels.
We're all. I think all of us are going. Oh my god! Look at all this crazy shit.
Look at all the stuff that we missed. But yeah, that was the old and goody days of holy crap, I didn't know anything.
Oh man, I went through such bad phases of making stuff with just
Oh,
random.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
the sin was made out of fucking couch. Like as it was like I took the wood, I took the springs, I took the padding, put the leather, made a cosplay out of a couch.
You made a couch.
No, I made it from a couch. It was a couch and then into a cosplay. Oh my god. So much love.
I remember my first technological cosplay. I almost got electric burns. Never again.
Oh wow.
Children of the day, do not make a Jacob's ladder that's supposed to be on your back.
That's probably a bad place for it.
That's a very bad place for it.
I was trying to be Franken from Darkstalkers. That was a terrible life choice.
Oh man. Oh well.
Especially the fact that I didn't know that you're supposed to ground wires and guard them from your skin. Because guess what, guys? Wires conduct electricity.
Oh well. Alright. Well, I think we all should let you guys go and to be into the podcast. I think this is going at 3.5 hours, so it's going a bit longer than normal maybe. Wait.
Taliak, I found her name.
Taliak?
Yeah, the one who did the Yuko cosplay. She probably doesn't even cosplay anymore. But...
I'm really surprised to see like Blind Squirrel still making stuff in these days, like at a really feverish rate. Like that's what happens is the old masters just die out. Oh well.
So we're just gonna put him on life support and force him to make more things. Like the minute he flatlines, just smack him in the face with a trout. Nope, wake up.
You got shit to do.
But yeah. Alright, I guess we can cut it off for here.
Alright, you guys have fun?
Yep.
Always.
Remember to send your comments and questions in the likelihood that someone actually gets this far in the program.
So help us, if you actually get this far, do a dance.
Do a dance.
I'll do a dance.
The secret code is dance.
The secret code is dance.
Oh, and one,
Dance.
I guess, you know what, I think I might, like, put at the end, like, in some random podcast, like, a secret word for a free something or another, like a prop or something. See if anyone actually listens and cares enough to even try.
You know what? That's a good idea. We're gonna do this now, like a secret code randomly.
Oh, well, nah, we'll see. That seems kind of cheap thing for, like, views, and I don't really care for that, you know?
Like a discount or something, but yeah.
Oh, okay, that might be, maybe.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't mind a discount. Discounts are okay.
Oh, okay, that seems fair. The like, dedicated fan discount.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I can dig it.
You can dig it. I can dig it. You can dig it. We can dig it.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll see ya. This is Knives saying good night.
This is Jackson. Get out my house.
Alright, keep on.
Oh, this is Seneca saying goodnight. I was just...
Rah, rah. It's fine. So we say keep on.
Oh, you're not getting me to do it this time. You gotta do it.
Keep on crafting. Rah, 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 rah.
I win!
Use your coupons!
Hey, Cosmo, before I finish up this video, I want to say thanks for everyone who likes and subscribes. But the people who comment, you guys have a special place in my heart. It really does keep me motivated. I don't know, I do try to talk to you one-on-one, but maybe someday I'll have enough questions and so on to do like a regular Monday Q&A session like I used to. But for now, I just try and spread the information and love I have for all you cosplayers out there. I don't know if you know someone who needs help, if you see someone who could use a heads up and maybe is new to the cosplay community, maybe hasn't seen some of these kind of informational videos, let them know. It really helps me out. I'm gonna go make more vids, have some fun, make some stuff, do cosplay things. Thanks for watching, guys. Good times to all.